Welcome to Derby Date Night, No Sleep Edition. We are live at the Ice House in Fort Wayne, Indiana for a doubleheader day, starting with some junior derby and finishing with adults. First up is our juniors Level 3, Level 2 JV matchup between Bloomington and Fort Wayne. Our second matchup will be an open gender battle between Fort Payne and Cleveland Guardians B team. It may be chilly in the Ice House, but these games are going to heat up the track. If you have never watched our channel before, let us introduce ourselves. We are Derby Date Night. We bring you live roller derby in and around the Midwest. On the mic, you've got me, Are Ya Kidding Me? I keep you up to date on all the action and try to make you laugh or groan with my bad jokes. The second half of our Derby Date Night team is Sirius Lee, the technical master behind the scenes, hitting the buttons and managing all the important things so you can see and hear the games. We've been married for over 20 years, and our favorite date night is always a Derby Date Night. Fort Wayne is celebrating their 20th anniversary this season, and we are so excited to be here to celebrate with them. For those of you who don't know what we do here at Derby Date Night, we bring you both good roller derby and bad jokes. Every stream we have a theme for our jokes, and today is no different. Since Sirius has been freelancing the last 4 days and has not gotten home before 2 a.m., we are a little slap happy from the lack of sleep. So in spirit of exhaustion, our jokes will be all about sleeping. Hopefully they don't knock you out. Let us know in the chat how many hours of sleep you got last night. I got 7 hours, and Sirius got 3.5, almost 4. Can anybody beat Sirius? Or beat me on the other end? Who got the most sleep last night and who got the least amount of sleep last night? Our dogs got a lot of sleep. No, our son, our 17-year-old son, who, when I told him this morning that he had to go to something tonight, he set an alarm for 4 p.m. So teenagers is the answer. Speaking of teenagers, we have got some great teenagers out there who are going to be in this game. For Fort Wayne, we have 099 Honeybee, 15 Cyanide, 38 D-Day, 6 Black Widow, 701 Wildcat, 919 Baby Ghoul, 126 Tiny Kid, 187 Cryptid Caller, 59 Supernova, 64 Double Decker, 723 Starfire, and 99 Noah Balboa. For Bloomington, we have got 12 Nova, 192 Manslaughter, 35 Candy Crush, 42 Archer, 46 Mr. Glitter, 4922, 777 Ultra Strawberry Screams, 134 Different Wombat, 23 Barbed Wire, 411 Rollover Beethoven, 457 Sus Wombat, 47 Twilight, and 77 SpongeBob Star Pants. I like that one, that's fun. So for today's game with these juniors, we are gonna be doing, it's kind of a level 2, level 3 mashup. So we're gonna have 2 jams that are a level 2, and then we will have 1 jam that's a level 3. So we'll be doing both level 2 and level 3 juniors kind of at the same time. The biggest difference between level 2 and level 3 is that when we are doing the level 2 jams, the jammers need to slow down before they hit the pack. So as they're coming into the pack, they're going to slow themselves down, and then they can kind of engage with the other skaters. For the level 3 jams, they can just hit them. As long as it's legal, and legal being, you know, on the outside of those shoulder blades, it's gonna be important. You don't wanna hit somebody straight in the back. So that's gonna kind of be the difference that you're seeing. I see Archer out there with the star on for Bloomington. Archer told me literally 30 minutes ago that they would not be jamming. So, Archer, if you're watching this in the future, what happened to that? What happened to the I'm not jamming today? Because that clearly has changed. So with that being said, we are just about to get started. We are a little low on refs today. I did volunteer to OPR from out here because I've got a good viewpoint, and they didn't seem super excited about me trying to be a referee from the announcing booth. So I think they've got it. They've got it handled.
They're lost.
Wait, Yuka Marie only got 2 hours of sleep. Wow, that definitely beats you. Monkey Boy, hooray, I'm here. Sean says, go Banshees. Lori's watching from South Carolina. Big fan of Noah Balboa. So am I. I've always really enjoyed watching Noah Balboa. And if anybody, I know that IJRD is currently playing a game at K-Town Shakedown, and it was like 1 point away. So if any, because I know Rollover Beethoven's sister, I think, is playing in that game. So if anybody has updates on how IJRD is doing, please go ahead and give me updates because I wanted to watch that. But I get to announce here, so I can't watch 2 games at once, unfortunately. Speaking of Noah Balboa, that is going to be a lead jammer for Fort Wayne, but Archer was able to get out as well. And these 2 jammers are going to race to the pack. Noah with an apex jump gets 4 points for Fort Wayne. Archer has got 1 to beat and gets through, is about half a track behind Noah Balboa, who does a little apex hop and a spin at the front and is able to get through for another 4. Noah decides to call the jam. Fort Wayne Roller Derby, 8 points. Bloomington, 4. Oh, you are Vanellope. Are you playing right now, or are you alted? Okay, give me updates then on what's happening with IJRD, because that's important. What are you looking for, Sirius? Oh, a drink. Yes, Sirius was very worried about getting here in time and being able to do all the things we needed to do, but we got nice and set up and ready to go, and we are ready to enjoy a day of derby here in the Ice House, which normally is an ice skating rink, but right now is derby. Bloomington's Mr. Glitter is going to be your lead jammer in this level 2 jam, followed by, it looks like, D-Day for Fort Wayne. Mr. Glitter is currently the lead jammer, takes a hit to the outside of the track and is going to be forced to recycle. Same thing happening to D-Day in the back, but D-Day is able to find that space on the inside line. Mr. Glitter follows, and both jammers are out of the pack. Now with a level 2, like I told you before, they have to slow down a little bit before they hit that pack. They can't be hitting the pack at full speed. Penalty getting called on, I think one of the Bloomington blockers maybe. And it looks like Bloomington's Mr. Glitter is through. D-Day also through. There was a Bloomington skater sent to the penalty box there, so Fort Wayne currently has a 4-3 pack advantage. As D-Day comes in on the outside line, Mr. Glitter looking to go right up the middle is able to get through for 4 points for Bloomington. D-Day on the outside, looking to find space, does so, gets around Ultra Strawberry Screams to grab another 4 points for Fort Wayne. Yes, Ultra Strawberry Scream. It sounds like an ice cream flavor. Or a 7 Brew? Ooh. Don't remind me we didn't get 7 Brew, but we did get Starbucks today. You could have had a 7 Brew today? You could have had that level of energy? Ooh. All right, with the end of that jam, we have got ourselves a tie. Ooh, I have a sound for that. Get out your formal wear and put those ties on, because it's time to dress up. Yesterday I said that when I was NSOing. I was like, put on your formal wear. And the person I was with looked at me for like a good 10 seconds and then was like, oh, a tie. I get it. Okay. Carl says they don't have different levels for roller derby skaters. They don't for adults up here. That's just the juniors that have different levels. So I don't know if you guys do in Australia. D-Day jamming for Fort Wayne and Sus Wombat for Bloomington. And your lead jammer very quickly out of that pack is Sus Wombat. This is a power jam. D-Day started the jam in the box and has now entered the pack, is still on that initial pass, so no points have been scored yet. Sus Wombat currently in the pack on a scoring pass, probably has a point or two, is able to get through that pack to grab 4 points for Bloomington. D-Day also able to get through, gets 4 points of their own, as both skaters are out of the pack and racing around. Both of them in the pack. This is another level 2 jam, so it's going to be a little bit slower than you might see for a level 3 jam. D-Day is through for 4 more points for Fort Wayne. Let's see if Suswombat can match. Ooh, gonna be hard to do from the penalty box as Suswombat just got called on a track cut. So this is now a power jam for D-Day and Fort Wayne. D-Day hopping around the outside, gets another 4. This is an opportunity for Fort Wayne to really grab a hold to the lead early on here in the first period. Suswombat is sitting in that IJRD penalty box, waiting to be told to stand. D-Day gets through for another 4. This is a 16-point jam so far for Fort Wayne. Suswombat is now standing in the penalty box, so 10 seconds remaining in this penalty as D-Day comes in on a scoring pass and finds rollover Beethoven, who slows down D-Day, but then gives D-Day a thumbs up at the end of the jam. Love the sportsmanship between the two teams. Vanellope is rooting for yay father, Kaufy Bean. Kaufy Bean is rollover Beethoven and Vanellope's dad, who is working in the penalty box today as one of our non-skating officials. We have 3 non-skating officials in that penalty box, which has been a little bit busy here at the beginning of the jam. An official timeout being called as they figure out who's going to the penalty box and why. Looks like SpongeBob StarPants is gonna start this as a jammer in the penalty box. Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, so they're swapping out the level 2s because they're moving to a level 3. So even though it was a level 2 that was in the box, they had to switch out with a level 3 because, oh, that's going to be complicated. Now that we're on a level 3 jam, you can't have left any level 2s in the box because when they get released from the box, they need to be a level 3 to come out because, do you see what I'm saying, serious? Yeah, this is not normal derby, it's fun derby. All right, Baby Ghoul jamming for Fort Wayne, getting lead jammer, and SpongeBob StarPants is gonna be your lead jammer. Baby Ghoul on that outside line finds Noah Balboa and gets pushed to the outside. Oh, they kind of have a little conversation of, oh, you got me there. Baby Ghoul, yes, I said, oh, serious. SpongeBob StarPants in a tripod of Fort Wayne blockers, takes a hit to the inside. Baby Ghoul in the pack on a scoring pass for Fort Wayne is getting a, I couldn't see the penalty signal, but a penalty, and is gonna be in the penalty box for 30 seconds. So SpongeBob StarPants now on a scoring pass. Ooh, nice clear out there by Archer to open up the track, and SpongeBob StarPants doesn't even have to slow down. Archer just kind of like, boom, bowled them all over. I love it. All right, SpongeBob StarPants in the pack again as Baby Ghoul is standing in the IJRD penalty box. Yes, Cassie, it's learning derby when we do the level 2s. Right now, this is a level 3 jam, so this is more of the playing and less of the learning. Baby Ghoul attempts an apex jump on the inside, but is foiled and has to recycle to the back of the pack. SpongeBob StarPants almost makes it out, but is also foiled again by Noah Balboa. You gotta watch those outside lines, I think, with Noah Balboa. He's gonna get you out if you try those outside lines. SpongeBob StarPants is through for 4 points, a total of 8 points for Bloomington, but Baby Ghoul now out as well. Baby Ghoul was able to get all 4 points, which I saw that Baby Ghoul had the star off for a second, but I'm guessing Baby Ghoul had all 4 of those points. And at the end there, an extra 2 points were scored by Fort Wayne. And we have got a score of 45 Fort Wayne, Bloomington 38. This is high scoring. We're only 9 minutes in. Last night, I feel like the game that I was NSO for, I mean, they took a long time to even get to like 20. It was very low scoring. So this is a very different style. We're definitely seeing a lot more scoring happening here as Tiny Kid, what a great name, from Fort Wayne is gonna be your lead jammer, but followed closely behind let's see, Twilight from Bloomington as these two skaters come into the pack. Tiny Kid takes a push to the outside from Archer. Twilight engaged in the pack. Archer ends up getting a direction penalty and is going to go to the box, which allows Tiny Kid to find some space and get through and grab 4 points for Fort Wayne. Twilight also able to get out about a quarter track behind as the pack is now getting ready to receive the jammers for another scoring trip, and Tiny Kid grabs 4 points. Twilight currently in the pack on a scoring pass, finding all 4 blockers focused on blocking. Twilight takes a little tumble to the inside, but is able to stay in bounds. Not a tumble, more of a stagger, like a stagger step. Yeah, like a do-do-do-do-do, you know, a stumble step. Not a tumble, a stumble. A stutter step. Is that what it's called? Tiny Kid sneaking through. You know, when you're that tiny, you can kind of just like, yep, just squeak on by, squeak on through. Tiny Kid looks at the bench and the bench says, call that, Jam. And Tiny Kid says, sure, I gotcha. And calls it, but not before scoring 16 points for Fort Wayne. Starting to stretch that out. Archer saying, go Derby date night as Archer goes by. Love the love from the kids. We're big fans of it. You're ready for your hoodie? I'm not. Not yet. We were very lucky. So the house announcer, also a third wheel member, Coach Dan, has spoiled us and has brought us food. Sirius and I were so tired this morning, we forgot to pack any food. We literally had nothing. And he came in with really good snacks. We've got pretzels and churro donut bites and what? The churro donut bites, they're right here. Oh, here you go. And grapes and strawberries and cheese, and we are so lucky to have people like Coach Dan take care of us when we are so tired we forget to do things like feed ourselves. Bloomington team is in white. Thank you, Carl. I should have mentioned that earlier. Bloomington team is in white. Fort Wayne is in black. So currently, Fort Wayne is lead, but rollover Beethoven from Bloomington was in front of Fort Wayne, so the Fort Wayne jammer Honeybee did decide to call that jam to prevent rollover Beethoven from scoring any points. And I think if my calculations are correct, we are now back to another level 3 jam. So this will be a level 3 jam, which means hit him as hard as you want, but be legal about it. Wait, is Melody also being the 5-second Tweety person, as well as IPRing? Ooh, I love it. Being an NSO and a skating official. Bloomington is going to be your lead jammer with Barbed Wire as your lead. And it looks like Cryptid Caller is in the penalty box. Cryptid Caller is sitting in the IJRD penalty box. So this penalty is going to go still has more than 10 seconds left on it. Barbed Wire is through for Bloomington, starting to chip into that lead that Fort Wayne has established. Cryptid Caller is out of the penalty box and back on the track, will be eligible to try and get that initial pass. So this is not a scoring pass right now. This is still an initial pass. Cryptid Caller was able to get through, and very quickly Bloomington called that one off, but not before scoring another 2 points, bringing them within 6 points of Fort Wayne. Love seeing all these juniors out here playing. I know it's a very busy Derby weekend. We've been watching, there's a tournament happening in Pittsburgh, a MURDA tournament where our home team, Race City Rebels, have been playing all weekend, and we've been really enjoying that. Our friend Johnny Pepper is the head announcer for that one. And then we've got, what else do we have happening, Sirius? We have K-Town Shakedown happening up north in Michigan. So IJRD currently playing. That's a WIFTA, MURDA, and Juniors tournament, 3-day tournament. And then, of course, we have our playoffs happening, our first playoffs in North America for this year over in California. And no spoilers, but I did hear there was a really good game yesterday between Rose City's B team and Who was the other team? And Angel City, which we have to watch because we were obviously busy, and so we're gonna have to rewatch obviously a lot of that once we have some TV time, Sirius and I. Well, while I was talking, D-Day not only became lead jammer, but also scored 4 points for Fort Wayne. Tutu is currently jamming for Bloomington and has passed the star to SpongeBob Starpants, who races out of the pack at the front, and D-Day and SpongeBob are both gonna be running, but nobody's gonna score any points because that jam is gonna be called. Yes, so much Derby this weekend. It's always fun to have so many different options, and we're so glad that you chose to listen to Derby Date Night today and be here, not only for the good Derby, but, and yes, Vanellope, I promise you I will be telling some of my bad, so bad they're good jokes. So bad what? So bad you forgot them? Oh, it's so bad I forget to give them to you. Maybe I'll just tell you the whole day. The jokes are coming. No, I'll tell you some of them. Oh, that would have been a good idea, Carl. He says, I think they should have called them Fort Wayne's World. I actually really like that. That would have... It's Derby time. It's excellent. Fort Wayne's World, Wayne's World. They have to do that. Fort Wayne, I ask you, please do something with Fort Wayne's World. Derby time, excellent. Double Decker, your lead jammer for Fort Wayne. But Rollover Beethoven, who was, I think, not lead jammer, just got through for 4 points. So there must have been a no earned pass that happened as Rollover Beethoven got out of the pack. Double Decker decides to call that jam after scoring 3 points for Fort Wayne. Oh, 7 point, no, there was no, okay, it was just a regular jam. Just ignore me, everybody. I was very distracted by Wayne's World. Derby time, excellent. That's gonna be my Fort Wayne theme song from now on. Thanks, Carl, look what you did. How long has it been since you've seen Wayne's World?
20+ years.
I know, right? All right, let's see, we have Noah Balboa on the line for Fort Wayne, and I can't tell who that is for, they'll tell me in a second. But Noah Balboa was able to get through, and SpongeBob Starpants is about half a track behind. Noah Balboa coming into the pack. Beautiful one-footed spin on the outside to grab 4 points. SpongeBob Starpants takes a hit to the inside from Black Widow. Ooh, Noah Balboa with the apex jump on the inside. SpongeBob getting around on the outside. They both score 4 points. Noah Balboa has outscored by 4. Noah Balboa has had one more trip. They both come into the pack. Noah Balboa avoiding Archer. SpongeBob Starpants running into D-Day, who slows SpongeBob down, but both jammers get through that pack. Noah Balboa in again and swoops through, goes diagonally through the pack, and easily grabs another 4 points. SpongeBob, it is their turn to go into the pack, and SpongeBob collides just a little bit with Baby Ghoul. Noah Balboa finally gets slowed down there, but recovers and avoids 2 hits on the inside to get 4 more points for Fort Wayne, and Fort Wayne ends up, I believe, with 20 points, bringing them to the 100 mark. Bloomington was able to score 12 there, so they are at 77. Yes, your brother is doing a very good job. Vanellope says, I guess I will show my proudness of my brother. That's always good to be proud of your brother. I know he's proud of you. He also has volunteered to run cameras for us in the next game, so we appreciate Beethoven quite a bit. We appreciate everybody who helps out Derby Date Night. We could not do it, just the 2 of us, so we really appreciate all of you who help us out. Especially on days like today when we're both exhausted. Sirius is gonna make me drive home.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good now? We'll see how you are in 3 hours. Mr. Glitter is your lead jammer for Bloomington. Cyanide jamming for Fort Wayne. Cyanide has the star off, is getting pulled to the back right now as Mr. Glitter comes in on a scoring pass. Finds all 4 blockers from Fort Wayne, is able to get through the pack and grab 4 points for Bloomington. Meanwhile, we've got a blocker from Bloomington headed to the box. Cyanide is still the jammer, still holding the star in hand. Finds Archer, who escorts Cyanide out to the outside of the line. Mr. Glitter, back in the pack on a scoring pass, is able to get through and grab 4 points for Bloomington. Bloomington has scored 8 in this jam to Fort Wayne's 0. Cyanide still holding that star. Could pass to the pivot, who is, I think, Cyanide? No, 1, 2, Tiny Kid. But Cyanide ends up getting called on a track cut, and now this will be a power jam for Mr. Glitter, who has already scored 12 points and is now coming in on another scoring pass. This is how Bloomington is doing that chipping away at the lead. They are now only down by 11. Make that 10, 9, 8, 7. I had to count that one out. Mr. Glitter coming around the corner. 6 seconds left in this jam, so I think we're going to end this jam with with Cyanide having just been released from the box. So no jammers will start in the box. We do have a pivot. Looks like Tiny Kid will be in the box to start this next jam. So we will have a 4-3 pack advantage for Fort Wayne. They're so tiny. Look, just chilling. Look how tiny the knee pads are. I love the name Tiny Kid too. That's just cute. What happens if he has a growth spurt? Medium kid? Growing kid? All right. We're not moving. This pack is just going slow right now, but we got Wildcat jamming for Fort Wayne and Different Wombat. I really want to know the meaning behind Different Wombat as a name. I just think it's an interesting choice for a name, and I know there's got to be a story behind Different Wombat. Like, is there someone named Wombat and then they decided to be Different Wombat? Because that would be, but I don't see anybody else on the roster that's Wombat. So Wombat, Different Wombat, that would be fun too. Wildcat is able to get around Strawberry to become lead jammer. Meanwhile, Different Wombat is taking that star off, hands the star to Tiny Kid, who is out of the box and now jamming for Bloomington. Wait, Tiny Kid's jersey says Sus Wombat. So there's a Sus Wombat and a Different Wombat? Did Different Wombat pass to Sus Wombat? Yes, I think so. That's hilarious. There are 2 wombats. I was right. All right. Fort Wayne 104, Bloomington 97. We have 8 minutes left in this first game. Sirius, keep your eyes open. I want to know who you are thinking about for skater of the game, because we're going to nominate 1 blocker and 1 jammer from each team during halftime. Oh, guess what, Penelope? It's your favorite time. It's a timeout, which means, you know what it means, time for jokes. All right, here we go. What is the best place to sleep in Italy? Napoli. What do you call people who sleep in their socks? We've got music coming through, just so you know. What do you call people who sleep in their socks? You call them tiny. Get it? Because you have to be really small to fit in your own sock. I like that one a lot. Oh, you guys should tell that one to your friends. My mom always said, you shouldn't go to sleep in a bad mood. So I always go to sleep in a bed. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. They're so bad, they're funny. Yes, they are. That is the goal here at Derby Date Night. So bad that they're good. All right, I think this is just a regular, yeah, this is a team timeout. All right, 7.5 minutes left in the first half of this game. We have got this game, and then we have one more game happening soon. So that is going to be the Cleveland Guardians B team and Fort Payne. So the main Fort Wayne team are going to be playing each other, and I'm excited for that one. I hope we see lots of apex jumps. They're my favorite. Hey, Vanellope, it's your brother. Roll over Beethoven. Almost getting out and getting lead, but that, I think Rollover Beethoven might have gotten lead. Yeah, Beethoven got lead, but Noah Balboa got out first. And Noah Balboa is in the pack, jumps that apex, just a little tiny hop to grab 4 points. But Rollover Beethoven is the one who manages this game right now. Beethoven is in the pack and on a scoring pass. Noah Balboa just sailing through the pack, grabbing 4 more points for Fort Wayne. As Rollover Beethoven takes a minute to reassess, gets around Baby Ghoul, and grabs 4 points. Is trying to call the jam, but needing to touch. Okay, so I think what happened there was Rollover Beethoven was trying to call the jam, but he wasn't actually touching his hips. He was just kind of waving his hands in the air. In order to call the jam, you have to actually physically touch your body. So that's really important, because Beethoven was like, why is it not working? It was almost like when you're trying to like do so, you know, when you're, it's not working. So you're just gonna do it more, but he just needed to hit the hips. That's really, really important. Vanellope is taking credit for Rollover Beethoven's jamming, which Carl suggested she do. So Carl, I don't know if you're a good influence or a bad influence on that one. I love you both. You're wonderful. All right, Double Decker is your lead jammer for Fort Wayne. Okay, a whistle blew, and look, nobody is doing anything. No one's moving. You all know this is my biggest pet peeve. Twilight is in the pack, like no one moved. Twilight could have just run, no, Twilight couldn't have run forward because Twilight got a penalty and I think got a little confused, but the pack just kind of looked at everybody. So important to move when Derby is still happening. In the meantime, Double Decker has gotten 4 points, is trying to go for another 4 and gets it. Double Decker does a little bit of a woo, but is able to stay upright and is coming around on another scoring pass. Bloomington did pass that 100 mark, so both teams have passed the century mark. Double Decker flying around. I love that Double Decker's arms just go out when they come out of the pack. Woo! Double Decker has scored 12 points, coming in on another scoring pass. Twilight back in the pack from being in the penalty box, but still on that initial pass. Double Decker through for 4 points. Twilight trying to go to the outside, is able to get through and will be able to score points after next time that Twilight comes into the pack. Double Decker in the pack on a 5th scoring pass has now scored 20 points for Fort Wayne. Twilight in the pack on a 1st scoring pass finds a tripod anchored by Cyanide and D-Day. Double Decker finds space on the outside to get through, is waving to their teammates as they go around. So much pizzazz, so much flair. I love it. We like some good pizzazz and flair, right, Sirius? Almost 4 minutes left with 140 to 104. Oh, it's not a palindrome, is it? It's so close. It's so close. It's got the right numbers, but in the wrong spots. 104,041 or 140,401. Wait, no, they're in the wrong spots. Never mind. No palindrome, but guess what we do have? We have a lead jammer for Bloomington, and it's going to be Sus Wombat. I think it's just such a funny name. Like, why is the Wombat sus? Like, what's suspicious about the Wombat? Oh, with the hop. Sus Wombat is through for 4 points. For Bloomington, Honeybee, meanwhile, with well, that's not Honeybee. That was a star pass to Black Widow, and Black Widow will now be the jammer for Fort Wayne. as Sus Wombat is in the pack on a second scoring pass. Black Widow just comes on in and, ooh, nice awareness there by SpongeBob StarPants to slow down Black Widow, who saw that space on the inside, tried to take it, and StarPants slowed them down. Both teams are doing well, Zimril. I completely agree with you. They're doing a really good job. There's also been a lot of good collegiality between the teams, and I like to see good sportsmanship as well as good playing. Collegiality, yes. Wombats are suspicious because they're cute but slow to move. Okay, Carl, that's a good one. And Zimra says, Sus is doing well for his size and skill level. I completely agree, absolutely. These smaller skaters out there are really showing up and doing a great job against some of these bigger skaters. One of the things about juniors is there's a lot more size differences. I mean, there are size differences in adults, but at least with adults, everybody is kind of like, that's where their body is. These kids, some of them just had a growth spurt or haven't had a growth spurt. So there's a lot bigger difference of like the sizes and the strength and the physicality of the skaters depending upon the age and kind of where they are in their like growing. Ooh, an attempted apex jump by Cryptid Collar. It was not successful, so Cryptid Collar has to end up going back and does so, but is able to get through. Barbed Wire jamming for Bloomington. Takes a tumble and has got 2 to beat at the front from Fort Wayne. Both jammers, though, are through. Both jammers having scored. And the total here for everybody is going to be, let me wait till they put up all the points here. 1 minute left, so this is probably going to be our last jam of the first half before we take a small break. So 8 points for Fort Wayne in that jam and 4 for Bloomington. Fort Wayne has maintained this lead. Bloomington has gotten close a few times. Jace of Spades looks like he's going to be calling an official review for Fort Wayne. They are using it as a timeout. Official review is a timeout, Melody's saying to me, and so she doesn't need to come over and tell me anything. Which means you guys get some jokes about sleep, the thing Sirius did not have much of last night. Which means you should be laughing at my jokes today because you're so tired, right, Sirius? That's what should be happening here? What does a baby frog sleep in? A cribbit. What game are they playing? What are they doing? Okay. Oh, they're moonwalking? They have no idea they're on camera. I love it. Did you know there are tents surviving that Genghis Khan used to sleep in? I just got one on eBay because I thought you would appreciate my original Khan tent.
That was a long road to disappointment.
Come on, it was really good. That was my favorite one. Original Khan tent.
I got conned.
You got conned? My Genghis Khan tent. Oh my goodness. All right, last jam of the first half. Double decker up on one leg, just kind of like swimming through is your lead jammer, followed by 64 on Bloomington. That is going to be, who is that? Mr. Glitter, who is 46, not 64. It says 40, oh my gosh. I don't have dyslexia, but that was a very, whoop, I just switched the numbers. Because it's a palindrome, 46, 62. Well, no, they are a palindrome. Double Decker and Mr. Glitter together. The jammers are a palindrome. Oh yeah, that's true. All right, Double Decker makes it through for 4 points. That brings it to a total of, was that the first 4? Yep, 8, that's what I thought. Period clock is running out right now. Oh yeah, I have new scoreboard knowledge. That's true. Both jammers stuck in the pack now. Rollover Beethoven getting called on a direction. 53 seconds left in this jam. I believe, is Mr. Glitter in the box? Yes, Mr. Glitter is now standing in the box on this power jam for Fort Wayne. Double Decker goes right on through, grabbing another 4 points for Fort Wayne, extending that lead as we go into halftime. Halftime is only going to be 10 minutes today, so don't go too far because the half times today are going to be a little bit shorter than usual. Double decker getting a track cut, or maybe it was an illegal contact. I didn't quite see it. So double decker will actually start the next period in the penalty box, because if you end in the penalty box and you still have time remaining, which double decker will because they sat down with less than 30 seconds left in the jam, they will have to serve that remaining time in the second half. It's not like it's just over. So we're going to start the next half with double decker in the box. We currently have a score of Fort Wayne 164, Bloomington 116. We're going to take a short break. I know it says 15 minutes, but I think they're going to adjust the clock down to 10. So keep an eye on the clock. With that being said, I do want to talk a little bit about our sponsors. We would not be able to do what we do as well as we do it without our sponsors. Our first sponsor is the Skatin Not Hatin. So Jav, who is currently up in Michigan at K-Town Shakedown, if you're there for some reason and watching Derby Date Night, you can go get some gear from her today. And we've also got derbybeast.net. If you want to get a jersey, you have all sorts of custom options that you can get from Derby Beast. They are wonderful humans and they make wonderful quality gear for you. Last, we also have Melanie Ryder, who is a lawyer and skater. She is skilled in business law, estate planning, and intellectual property. She can help with all sorts of things that your league might need. So give her a call if you need a lawyer. Melanie is the one to go to. And last but not least, we would like to recognize our Derby Date Night third wheels. You all pay a monthly fee to help us do what we do. All of that money helps us to travel, helps us to go to the teams, and helps us with all the things that we do. We're going to recognize all of our third wheels right now, and we are so appreciative of every single one of them, especially member name. Sirius is like, what did I do there? I don't know. He's tired. We're going to give him a break. And I'm very excited about member name, our new all-star. Is member name going to be you? That's what he was doing. He was putting in a placeholder. Do you want your name there where it says member name? Make it happen. You can become a third wheel today. You can find the link to becoming a third wheel in the description of this video. We're going to go take a small break, and we will be right back with more Derby Date Night. And welcome back to Derby Date Night, where the teams are doing the Macarena as they line up for equipment check. I love it. So I went to check in on the K-Town Shakedown game between IJRD and Kalamazoo Killer Bees, and it was getting right to the end. It was very close. I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts, but I had some of the juniors from both teams come over, and we were all gathered around my phone watching the end of that game together, and they were so excited, and it was so much fun, and we just love having moments like that with the juniors and having skaters from both teams come over who I've seen quite a bit in the past few years. It's so fun to just enjoy this sport with other people and have a great time. So with that being said, I am going to put up your Skater of the Game nominees. We have chosen 2 skaters from each team to put out there for you to vote for. And you can decide who you think should be the Skater of the Game and receive the coveted Derby Date Night Skater of the Game sticker. It is going to be in your hands. You get to choose between these 4 people. Choose wisely because you cannot change your vote. You can only vote once. We will close the poll with 5 minutes left in this game. Rollover Beethoven is your lead jammer for Bloomington to begin this second half. Remember how I said that we would have a jammer from Fort Wayne start in the box, and that was Baby Ghoul sitting in for, I believe, one of the level 2 skaters that ended in the penalty box, because this is starting with a level 3 jam. Rollover Beethoven was able to get through the pack and grab 4 points for Bloomington. Baby Ghoul has found Archer at the back and has been pulled to the back of the pack, and now is getting pushed out to the outside and getting pulled back. Meanwhile, Beethoven is having some trouble at the front, getting slowed down. He comes into a tripod, pushes through to the apex of the tripod, but it is, who is that? 187 Cryptid Caller, who is there to pull Beethoven back and slow Beethoven down. Beethoven does decide to call the jam, and that is going to be the end of the first jam for Fort Wayne Bloomington. Woohoo! 164 to 123, Fort Wayne Bloomington. I did notice that Cleveland Guardians and Fort Wayne's adult team are here, and they were warming up and getting ready for their game, which will be happening after this game. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to be live for a whole nother game. Usually we don't go live for just one game. We're live for more than a game or 2. So, you what? You don't want to do just one game. We like it when, well, in a few weeks, we're going to be doing 7 games in a day. So set your calendars, set your clocks, because our favorite and original, the first tournament we ever did, was the Small Town Smackdown in Muncie, Indiana. So May 30th, which is Sirius's birthday, we will be doing 7 games at the Small Town Smackdown. And then the next day, May 31st, we will be doing 5 games. And we usually take bets on which game do I start to lose my voice. So it'll be fun. It'll be something. I don't know what it'll be. Mr. Glitter is your current lead jammer. And pulling that pack apart at the front is able to get through and grab 4 points for Bloomington. Did you say you imagine playing Derby on a team? You do play Derby on a team. What do you mean? Vanellope. I don't know. Playing Derby on a team is fun. I don't know what you're talking about, Vanellope. Bloomington has gotten 4 points now with Honeybee chasing down Mr. Glitter. Mr. Glitter still controls this jam and can hit those hips to call it off. Honeybee currently in the pack on a scoring pass. Mr. Glitter approaching the pack on their own scoring pass. Both these jammers getting slowed down by some tough defense. Everybody kind of pushing to the outside line. Mr. Glitter being forced to the back. Honeybee is in there somewhere in the middle. And Honeybee is able to get out and get through for 4 points for Fort Wayne. Mr. Glitter in the pack is through as well for another 4 for Bloomington, bringing Bloomington's total to 12 in this jam. But Vanellope says, I'm kidding. I love Derby. I thought you were kidding. I was like, what? What are you saying? The Derby community is so cool and so fun, and we love them all so much. I just tried to wave at Melody, who is not really allowed to wave back, and I used both my hands and made her crack up. I think you saw it on screen a little bit there. New goal, make Melody break. Not, you know, into a smile. I'm tired. Ow! I just hit my head on my ring. Did it make a mark?
A little bit.
Ow! Don't close your hand and then put your head on your ring. If you got a big rock like mine that Sirius gave me, it's a very beautiful diamond. Anyway, SpongeBob StarPants is your lead jammer. I'm so tired, and I didn't even stay up as late as you. Anyway, SpongeBob StarPants is in the pack on a scoring pass as lead jammer. Wildcat jamming for Fort Wayne is out of the pack. But SpongeBob StarPants. Oh, joy. SpongeBob StarPants is scoring points. Sirius has lost it. Wildcat is through for 4 points. SpongeBob StarPants is through for 8. It's all very exciting, Sirius. Stop laughing. Woo! And that jam gets called, and we are... Stop laughing. Bloomington scored 8. Fort Wayne scored 4. And I scored, Sirius being silly. You're crying. We really have lost it. Derby does love you back. Carl says, I love Derby too, but it doesn't love me back, so I've been friend zoned. You're not friend zoned on Derby date night. You're one of our third wheels. So you are not friend zoned. You get to come along on all of our dates, Carl. So even if Australia Derby has friend zoned you, you're always welcome on Derby date night, of course. Noah Balboa is your lead jammer. For Fort Wayne, Archer following Noah Balboa, about half a track behind. Noah Balboa around the outside, round the outside. Noah Balboa goes round the outside. Archer goes through for 4 points. Noah, oh, I love that. I love the transitioning from forward to backward and just, woo, sweeping right through the pack. Archer coming in. Archer, the non-jammer, jamming and scoring 4 more points for Bloomington. You know, Archer said, I'm not jamming. Yeah, you are. Where's Noah Balboa? Oh, Noah Balboa and Archer have decided to just block each other and slow each other down. Noah sweeps into the pack, sweeps around a blocker, and grabs another 4 points for Fort Wayne. Archer also through. Noah and Archer have just been a delight to watch grow up over these past few years. I've seen them both. Archer just smiled to the cameras. Archer loves a good camera. Archer is very like, hey, I gotcha. Love it. I love it when skaters also play to the cameras. It's fun. Noah Balboa is through for another 4. Fort Wayne is now above the 200 mark. Archer getting recycled to the back of the pack. Noah Balboa has scored 28 points in this jam, highest scoring jam of the day. It's been a while since we've seen any jams at above 30. Do you think Noah can do it? Serious? Ooh! Up on one leg with 10 seconds left. I would love to see above 30 points in this jam. Ooh, Noah Balboa goes right by Archer and goes, bye. And Archer started to laugh. 32 points. 32 points for Noah Balboa. Wow. Archer scored 16, which is also really good. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amaze, amaze, amaze. I've just decided to quote, like. And we have got us another jam, 210 to 159. This is really high scoring of a game. Juniors sometimes is a little bit high scoring. All right, and ooh, it's Double Decker who's coming through and will be your lead jammer. And followed by, wait, that's not Ultra Strawberry Screams. That is 47. That is Twilight as your jammer for Bloomington. Double Decker is through for 4 points for Fort Wayne. Twilight coming into the pack. Twilight has got all 4 Fort Wayne blockers focused on blocking anchored by Black Widow there. Good bridging being done there by Wildcat, who gives a little wave to Ultra Strawberry Screams. Double Decker and Twilight both approaching the pack now. Double Decker pushed to the inside. Twilight is also trying for the inside and manages to stay inbounds to grab 4 points for Bloomington. Double Decker finding Strawberry Screams at the front is getting slowed down, but is able to dash up the inside line and grab 4 points for Fort Wayne. Twilight, meanwhile, in the pack is able to get through with some help from Wildcat and will grab 4 points as well. 33 seconds left in this jam, and we are just having a point-for-point contest between these jammers. Double Decker in the pack on a 4th scoring pass. Twilight entering the pack on a 4th scoring pass. Bye, Vanellope. It was nice to have you in the chat. See you later. Thanks for chatting. I always love it when you all engage, especially when it's a little bit of a smaller group like today. And I appreciate you guys chatting with me because sometimes I get a little silly. Double Decker showing off to the crowd as Double Decker comes around. 2 seconds left. I don't know if any more points are going to be able to be scored here. Total of 15 points for Bloomington and 16 for Fort Wayne. We are under 20 minutes left in this game. You've got 15 minutes left to vote for your Skater of the Game to win that coveted Skater of the Game sticker. There's only a 4th of you have voted, so I think sometimes I think they wait to vote because you want to make sure that you really do agree with who the person is that you're choosing. Something that happened recently, which it just warms my heart, is some people have started framing their Skater of the Game stickers and putting them up on their walls and sending us photos of those, and it looks so good in a frame, and I love it because they were like, well, I would put it on my helmet, but I don't want, like, what if, because sometimes you have to switch a helmet, especially if you hit your head. So, yeah, I love it that they're framing them. I think that's so cute to have the Skater of the Game framed. I just love it. All right, D-Day jamming against Sus Wombat. Monkey Boy says, come on, blockheads, and using those Derby Date Night emojis, something we have decided to do is to start featuring some of our chats from our third wheels. So if you put a chat in that Sirius likes, he might put it up on the screen, and we're going to be doing some of that special for our third wheels, being able to have those chats featured. Rollover Beethoven took the star and is now the jammer for Bloomington. And that jam comes to an end. 4 points were scored there by, who was it? I'm waiting to see who scored those points. 3 points for Fort Wayne in that jam. Now, see, Melody Mayhem, the zebra in the middle also being the 5-second Tweety person or the jam timer. You do not often get to see a inside pack ref also being a jam timer. So, multi-talented Melody Mayhem, who is currently on a Derby Date Night of her own with Shotgun Mike there in the middle. They are both an IPR, inside pack reffing, defining the pack and making sure everybody is doing a good job, but they're on their own little date today. Noah Balboa has gone through the pack for 4 points. SpongeBob StarPants is following Noah, scoring 4 of their own. As these two jammers are going to race around the track, they're both going to try to score another set of 4 points. And they both do. That pack is being kept apart. They're having a hard time getting together. I'm noticing they're doing some good communication in the pack now as both Noah and SpongeBob are coming in. And both, again, be able to sail through. SpongeBob being very smart here. I'm just going to go where Noah goes. Noah turns around and is saying, go away. Stop following me. Okay, can you follow the apex jump, SpongeBob? That's a harder one to do. SpongeBob gets slowed down as Noah was like, okay, fine, I'll do something that I think you won't follow me on. And SpongeBob does get slowed down for the first time. Noah coming into the pack on a scoring pass. Love the backward skating through the pack. It's one of my favorite things. So pretty. Noah Balboa has now lapped SpongeBob and has scored 20 to SpongeBob's 16 as we are just going to keep on going here in this game. And Noah calls that jam. 24-16, Fort Wayne 253, Bloomington 190. Nice job there, everybody. And we are about to start a new jam with Double Decker on the line for Fort Wayne and someone who is a little bit shorter for Bloomington. Mr. Glitter for Bloomington. Mr. Glitter is kind of up on the inside here. Double Decker staying in the back. Mr. Glitter is the one that's going to come through and become your lead jammer for Bloomington. Even though Bloomington is down, they keep making some movements and are doing a wonderful job keeping up with Fort Wayne and continuing to chip away at that lead, even as Fort Wayne has tried to extend it. Double Decker is through the pack and coming around on a scoring pass. Mr. Glitter currently in the pack with a tripod anchored by Honeybee. They get no pack called, so they must stop engaging, but Mr. Glitter ends up needing to go back to the back of the pack. Double Decker is out for 4 points. Double Decker back in the pack on another scoring pass. Mr. Glitter still on that first scoring pass, gets pushed to the outside and is going to be reforming to the back of the pack. Double Decker, meanwhile, was able to get through the pack and has scored another 4 points for Fort Wayne. Mr. Glitter took that star off and handed it to the pivot, who will now be the jammer for the Bloomington Banshees. That is Ultra Strawberry Screams, who is now your jammer for Bloomington. Has gotten through for 4 points. Really smart there by Strawberry, putting that star on immediately, because Mr. Glitter was on a starring pass when that star was passed, and you want to make sure if you are a pivot and you're receiving the star while they're on a scoring pass that you get that star on, because you want to make sure that you are still scoring points if the jammer has not scored all the points yet in the pack. So Ultra Strawberry Screams on another scoring pass is in the pack with a tripod, but able to break up that tripod and grab all 4 points. Double Decker got through the pack one last time there at the end to grab a final 4 points, bringing Fort Wayne to 273 and Bloomington to 202. 202. 13 minutes left in this game. 8 minutes left to vote for your skater of the game. If you are joining us for the first time and you want to like and subscribe, we would really appreciate it. You can also click the notify button so that you get a notification from YouTube whenever we are live. And if you already have liked and subscribed, or if you've already subscribed, you can still like this video, and it really helps us as well. So we appreciate all of you, for whether you are a member or just a liker and subscriber. You're wonderful, and we think you're great. So thanks. Tiny Kid following Rollover Beethoven. Rollover Beethoven's already scored 4 points coming into the pack on another scoring pass. Rollover Beethoven is through for 4 points. Tiny Kid swinging around the outside. Round the outside, round the outside. Guess who's back? Tiny Kid. Tiny Kid's back. Back again to score 4 more points. Rollover Beethoven scored another 4, and here comes Tiny Kid. Back to score 4 more points. Tiny Kid has scored 8. Rollover Beethoven has also scored 8, but Rollover Beethoven is the one who's currently in the pack. Rollover Beethoven is through for 4. Tiny Kid. 281, 218. That's also not a palindrome, but it looks almost like a palindrome, but it is not. Oh, so pretty. Rollover Beethoven is through for another 4. Tiny Kid also through for 4. Rollover Beethoven has scored, I think, 2 more scoring passes. No, 1 more scoring pass. 2. I don't know. Bloomington has 24, and Fort Wayne now has, I believe, 16. They just scored. Rollover Beethoven scoring his biggest jam of the day with 24 points so far. 28. Rollover Beethoven's killing it here. All of a sudden is turned on the Jets and is ready to go. 6 seconds left. Can rollover Beethoven match Noah Balboa's high score of 32? I think he can. Nice job, rollover Beethoven, with a 32-point jam. Beautiful job. Carl says, you can do it, blockheads. I've always believed in you. Carl, I love that you root for the underdog. And wait, you don't know what a palindrome is? And then you put a taco cat. You do too know what a palindrome is. It was 2-3-1 to 2-8-1. It's the same forward and backwards. But 2-3 and 2-8 aren't palindromes. No, it was 2. Oh, it was close. It was because I thought the 8 and the 3 looked similar. Okay, yeah. No, Carl, it's not you. I think it's me. I think I thought the 3 was an 8. So just ignore me, Carl. You're good. You know what a palindrome is. It's a taco cat, and we have a super special emoji just for our members that is a taco cat that we put in the chat anytime we do see a palindrome, but we've not seen one yet. We are still on the hunt for palindromes. Did you see what I did? I did the, like I'm looking. What is this called? When you put your hand to your head and you look? It's got to be called something. You know, it's good I'm not on video. Sometimes they put announcers on video for other streams. I don't want that. I like it when you guys just get to see the skaters and not my silly shenanigans and how much I actually move my hands when I talk. You don't need to see that. Cryptid Collar jamming for Fort Wayne and SpongeBob StarPants for Bloomington. SpongeBob StarPants coming out quickly with lead jammer for Bloomington. See, I told you, Bloomington's scrappy. Like, even though Fort Wayne has grabbed that lead, Bloomington has been outscoring them in the past couple jams, and they want to continue to do that in this power jam while 187 is waiting in the box. Who is that? Cryptid Collar in the box for Fort Wayne. SpongeBob is through for 4 points. For Bloomington, Cryptid Collar out of the box and into the pack. SpongeBob StarPants coming around on another scoring pass. Cryptid Collar is still on an initial pass, so not currently scoring points, but has to get through the pack and just did. So now Cryptid Collar will be eligible to score points. SpongeBob StarPants is coming around and hitting the pack on another. This is going to be a third scoring pass for SpongeBob StarPants. SpongeBob finds Noah Balboa at the front and takes a little tumble. Noah recycles to the front. Was that a track cut on SpongeBob? Yeah, SpongeBob kept going and probably should have yielded or seated position. So SpongeBob is now going to sit in the penalty box for 30 seconds, our IJRD penalty box. And Cryptid Collar is going to have a 30-second power jam to finish off this jam and try to put some points on the board. But rollover Beethoven's going to make it not so easy for Cryptid Collar. And in the IJRD penalty box, SpongeBob StarPants is standing, so 10 seconds left on that penalty. Noah Balboa took a star pass. Oh, I said blockheads. I didn't even notice I said blockheads, Sean. Yes, the B-Town Banshees. I'm just so used to Bloomington blockhead. Yes, the B-Town Banshees. Thank you so much. The Banshees have a cool logo. Yes, they do. They really do. It's like a ghost, and it's going, ah! It's called a banshee? Oh. Archer knows where that camera is. For sure. I love it. Our next junior fun will be in June. Our calendar is hopefully coming out soon. We're still trying to confirm a couple dates before we announce our June schedule. So keep an eye out because we will have one junior weekend in June. So that'll be fun, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, everybody. Sus Wombat is your lead jammer for Bloomington. Another lead jam for Bloomington. Fort Wayne has hit that 300 mark with 8 minutes left in this game. Ooh, you've only got 3.5 minutes left to vote for your skater of the game. If you haven't voted yet, and some of you I know have not voted, go ahead and make your votes so that we can choose and crown your skater of the game. Sus Wombat gets through and grabs 4 points and calls the jam, preventing Fort Wayne from scoring any points in that one. And we are going to move into the next jam. Are we in a timeout? They're just not coming out. I bet you somebody's going to call a timeout so I can tell a joke. Yep. I told you so. Jace just waited. He wants to give them time to breathe. I bet. All right. Remember, our jokes today are about sleeping because we're tired. Mostly serious. But I've decided to join serious in the tiredness. What did the spy sleep in? Why? Oh, sorry, not what did he sleep in. Why did the spy sleep in? Because he was working undercover. That sounds lovely. Serious? This one's mostly for me. I sleep with a knife under my pillow. You never know when someone's gonna break in and give you a cake. No, it doesn't make sense, but I love it so much. Just in case, I got my knife ready to cut the cake.
The cheese?
Not the cheese. No, I have a cake. No, I want cake at night. No, don't be gross. Serious. Okay, this is a good one. You're going to like this one. People in sleeping bags are the soft tacos of the bear world.
Not the burritos?
No, not the burritos. They're a soft taco. You don't roll up the sleeping bag around a person. It's just one circle, and it has a zipper. So you're a soft taco. You're not a burrito. Anyway, D-Day is your lead jammer for Fort Wayne, and Tutu is jamming for the first time for Bloomington. Tutu was pushed to the outside and forced to recycle, but is going to be coming back in and is hoping to get around Noah Balboa, who has a gentle hit to the outside. I do like it when the level 3s are careful to play down when we are at level 2. I think that can sometimes be difficult. But the level 3 skaters do a really good job of managing to do that. Tutu is past the star to roll over Beethoven, who, it was a very nice star pass there, and roll over Beethoven will now be the jammer for Bloomington. We are 6.5 minutes left in this game. Oh, Beethoven, very smart, stops to put on the star. Beethoven realized that he didn't have the star on and did not want to enter the pack and pass anyone from the other team without the star on his head. So that was a very smart move there from rollover Beethoven. The score right now is Fort Wayne 308 and Bloomington 248. And Carl is enjoying my jokes. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate you. At least I got somebody out here enjoying my jokes. Zimroll says, vote. Yes, only 1 minute left to vote. 1 minute left to vote for your skater of the game. We've got votes happening here, and only half of you have voted. But we have got, looks like, a small injury, and we're going to have a skater who does not feel great right now, and we're just going to make sure that they're doing okay, and we will be right back. skater is okay, did go over to sit with the medics for a minute. That skater will not be able to skate for the next 3 jams because when you have a jam called due to injury, you don't get to skate for 3 jams. You have to take a little break. It's a little break. It's time for a little break. So Double Decker is going to jam for Fort Wayne and Nova for Bloomington. Double Decker takes a hit from Ultra Strawberry Screams. And they get tangled up again, but Double Decker is able to get through and will be lead jammer for Fort Wayne. Meanwhile, Nova was able to kind of just sneak around the outside and is out of the pack and will be about half a track behind Double Decker, who's in the pack on a scoring pass right now. Double Decker continuing to be in the pack. Nova coming in on a scoring pass. Both jammers engaged in the pack right now. Nova finding a tripod. And a no pack is called, so they must not engage. Nova takes a little tumble, but is able to get back up and gets through the pack for 4 points for Bloomington. Meanwhile, Double Decker was also able to get through for 4 points. And both jammers come into the pack. We are now under 5 minutes left in this game. And so I am going to close the Skater of the Game poll. We are so excited to announce your Skater of the Game for this game, and that is going to be Archer. Good job, Archer. Congrats on getting Skater of the Game. Nova is through. Nova currently has a power jam right now while Double Decker waits in the penalty box. Double Decker is still in the penalty box, sitting, so will be longer than 10 seconds penalty here that's going to happen before they are released from the box. All right, 5 seconds. Double Decker in the box and a power jam for Barbed Wire. Barbed Wire is through for lead jammer. For Bloomington, Double Decker has been released from the box. Barbed Wire is through. We will be, as this game is coming to an end, we will be taking a short break, and we will be back in just a little bit at 2 o'clock for an adults game between Fort Payne, the adult Fort Wayne team, and the Cleveland Guardians B team. So don't go anywhere because that one's going to be a fun one, and we are very excited to see both of these teams play each other. We've got great lineups on both sides, and we are really looking forward to seeing both of these teams play. I don't think we've ever done any Cleveland Guardians, even if it's B team, and so we're really excited to see what that looks like. Double Decker was going to try and score some more points there, but that jam was called off. So Bloomington did outscore here. Bloomington really has just held in here with Fort Wayne, as their score is now up to 270 with Fort Wayne at 319. So even though Fort Wayne has maintained a lead for this second half, Bloomington has never let them get too far away and has oftentimes even had some big jams to be catching up here. What? Cryptid Caller jamming for Fort Wayne and Rollover Beethoven for Bloomington. Both of them through the pack, but it is Rollover Beethoven who is lead. Cryptid Caller, though, is ahead of Rollover Beethoven, and looks like both jammers are going to enter the pack here and have a chance to score some points. Cryptid Caller almost out of the pack, but gets slowed down by Strawberry, and Cryptid's going to be forced to the back of the pack here. Rollover Beethoven in the pack. On a scoring pass, has found Noah Balboa at the front. Cryptid Caller sailing through the pack to grab 4 more points for Fort Wayne. We are under 1 minute left in this game. I think we're going to have one more jam. 327 Fort Wayne, 277 Bloomington. What is there a timeout being called for? Team timeout being called, so you get a couple more bad jokes about sleeping and exhaustion. Yes, Fort Wayne called the timeout because it is blue and blinking. I see that, Sirius. Thank you so much for letting me know the things that I forget, because I knew that at one point in my life. Just not today. Let me find my jokes.
Team effort.
Team effort today. Any job is a dream job if you fall asleep in meetings. I'm going away from jokes and I'm just going into funny things.
Philosophical.
There are many theories on why humans need to sleep, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with charging our phones. Okay, and finally, this one's a good one. You'll like this, Sirius. When you dream in color, is it a pigment of your imagination? You clapped. Oh, ooh, Sirius wants this one. Hold on. Do I have an applause one? I don't think I have an applause one, do I? I don't have applause. No. I don't have applause. Anyway, 30 seconds left in this game. I have a feeling this is the last jam. Double Decker is your lead jammer. Nova is out of the pack and coming in behind. See, all I have is the yay. I don't have clapping. I need another sound machine. Do you have it? Oh yeah, you used to have a clapping sound for me. You don't know what button does what at this point. 5 seconds left. This period clock is going to run out. 4 points for Nova. Double Decker takes a little tumble from our skater of the game, Archer. But Archer also falls down and goes out of bounds, which means Double Decker was able to keep going because no one else from Bloomington gained position there, or lost position, or whatever. Both jammers in the pack, both jammers on scoring passes. We are in jam time only. Double Decker calls that jam, and we have got a game. The unofficial score of Fort Wayne, 334, Bloomington, 285. Sirius is going to try to show you something with the jams. I love this graphic. It really is nice. So Fort Wayne is in red, Bloomington is in blue. You can see how in the first half, you know, Fort Wayne really definitely did outscore Bloomington for sure. In the second half, though, especially like right there in jams like 24 to, I don't know what jams these were, but there were Bloomington had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bloomington had eight leads in the second half compared to 6 leads in the first. So definitely a good comeback there from Bloomington. Carl, don't be sad, don't be angry. We will be back in just a little bit for one more game. We'll be back in about 30 minutes for Cleveland Guardians B team versus Fort Wayne in their 20th year celebration. We'll be right back on Derby Date Night. welcome back to Derby Date Night, where you are joining us for our premier event of the day, the Cleveland Guardians versus Fort Wayne Roller Derby. We are so excited to see these two teams play each other and go up in this head-to-head matchup. If you do not know who we are Derby Date Night. We bring you both good roller derby and bad jokes, and every stream we have a theme for our jokes, and today our theme is exhaustion. We are tired, so we would love it. We would love to tell jokes about sleep today. As you are learning who we are, Derby Date Night, we bring you live roller derby in and around the Midwest. My name is Aria Kidding Me. I'm on the mic, and I will be your slap-happy host. While seriously behind the cameras is going to try to keep a straight face and not fall asleep because he did not have much of that sleep last night. So if you have not liked and subscribed, please do so. You can even become a third wheel member if you would like to, which is what This Just In just did. So congratulations, This Just In. Welcome as a new member to the Third Wheel All-Stars. Any of our third wheels who have joined our membership program are helping us travel to more teams, to be able to do more derby, film more derby, and as I recently learned, buy more internet, which is something we're doing. And if you are a member, you get to see our exclusive member-only vlogs that we have created and are creating. And for some reason, Sirius gave me a camera, and I've been doing things with it. So all of that fun behind-the-scenes content is stuff that our members are able to access and see. So welcome to the Third Wheels. This just in. What? There's a new vlog going up tonight. Ooh, very exciting. Very, very exciting. So we're excited to have you here. We loved being in South Bend last weekend, and even though, and I'm about to make Sirius very sad, even though This Just In let us know that the description for this video says hosted by South Bend, but this is hosted by Fort Wayne. We are in the Fort Wayne Ice House, which is not as chilly as it usually is. You know, I have been much colder when we have come to this place in the past. But this is Fort Wayne's 20th season, and this is a celebration. So all of their games this year, they are celebrating their 20th season as a team. So let's look at who we have got here for the Cleveland Guardians. That's a great question, Sirius. Do we know? Can I see? We have got Talk About Pain, Spilla, Hebrew Hammer, The Gregulator, Crash, French Horn Star, KC, Britney Smears, Jester, Flex Appeal, and Stewie. And your home team, Fort Wayne Roller Derby, we have got 103, BH Hyrant, 25, Phenom Alon, 37 Chublaka, 66 Jace of Spades, 721 La Hapa, retiring this year, OG member of Fort Wayne Roller Derby, and I may have made her tear up earlier about the fact that she's retiring, so I'm so excited to watch La Hapa again this season in her last season. 82 Rolling Joints, okay, that's funny. 87 Killer, 13 Sailor, 318 Thor, 4118 Slaughterer, 7 G-Force, 8029 Morgan Donor, and 841 Quantum Leap, who I did ask, would you please do what your name says and give me some leaps today? And he said he would try his best. So that's very exciting. Also coaching for Fort Wayne is AK, who is a former skater for Fort Wayne Roller Derby, and coaching for the Guardians is Pinky Donchadero, one of my bestie announcer friends who I guess we sound exactly the same. So if you are someone who likes Pinky, no, this is not Pinky announcing, this is Aria, but we understand and know that we sound exactly the same. But today, Pinky currently giving all of the Fort Wayne bench high fives. That's Pinky, that's my twin, and she is the coach for the Cleveland Guardians. Woohoo! I'm so excited to have her here today, even though she's coaching and not sitting next to me. I like it when she sits next to me and we can announce together. But we're going to have a fun time. We've also got a amazing ref crew. And I love that the ref crews have started this thing of sitting in the penalty box while teams are introduced. So currently we've got our ref crew sitting in the penalty box, somewhere that they hope not to send a lot of our players. You want what? You want the Law and Order theme music for this? Yes, that would be great. And our ref crew for today. What? Oh, the Wayne's World? Well, yeah, because earlier, well, Carl's in the chat, and he knows that we were calling this Fort Wayne's World. Wayne's World, excellent. Derby time. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. All right, so we're going to have some fun derby today. We're so excited to be here. We did not make it to Fort Wayne last year, so we're excited to be back after a hiatus because we are big fans of Fort Wayne. They invited us to come to them in their very first season, and in our very first season, and they were super supportive of us when we were just getting started, and we learned a lot of what we do now on Derby Date Night here doing games at Fort Wayne, and so we really appreciate you all having us out and being able to do some derby. Yes, you do see Crash, and you also see Flex Appeal. So I think we've got some South Bendies. We would love to have you here this just in, but I think even though you're working and you can't be here, maybe you could fly here. But I think it might be too late because the game's starting in like less than a minute. So probably not going to make it in time, I don't think. But you can always watch here on Derby Date Night, where we always bring you good derby and bad jokes. And today Sirius is actually laughing at my jokes because he got no sleep last night. He has been freelancing for the past 4 days, and the freelance event he was doing was he does audio from a control room in Indianapolis, but the event he was doing was on West Coast time, and so he did not get home until past 2 a.m. pretty much every night. So he's a little sleepy guy. And we are getting ready for our very first jam. Jace of Spades has the star for Fort Wayne. And I don't know the Guardians as well yet. Just in, oh, now I see why I got ads to play. Short rosters, just a little bit. Just a little bit, but that means more playing time, and that means more reps, more fun, and just so much excitement is gonna be happening out there. You are running 2 live streams while watching my live stream. That is multi-talented. I love it. This just in can do everything. And should do Apex jump at the same time. I'm running live streams. I'm Apex jumping and watching live streams. We actually were watching K-Town Shakedown during halftime of the last game as well. There's so much derby happening this weekend, and we're so glad that you have chosen to join us here on Derby Date Night as we watch Fort Wayne and the Guardians take each other on starting right now. Stewie is the jammer for the Guardians. Fort Wayne is going to be, that's not Morgan Donor, that's Jace of Spades. Stewie is your lead jammer for the Guardians. Jace of Spades getting the pullback, takes the star off. Not sure if he's going to be looking for that pivot, takes a push to the inside. Stewie is through for 4 points as Jace of Spades is going back to turn 4. Jace takes a little hop and is able to get around and get out. Stewie takes a big ol' hit and hits those hips after scoring. Let's see how many points. An additional point, so 5 points for the Guardians so far to start this game. Give me a MetaQuest 3 and I'll try it. That is the attitude we like to see here this just in. We give you a challenge and you do it. One time I challenged someone to watch Derby Date Night on a roller coaster and they sent me a photo of them doing it. So I love that you all are so willing to just, let's go, let's have some fun. Michi-chan has joined us. You are equipped to watch up to 9 live streams at one time. Woo! That is amazing. Quantum Leap on the line for Fort Wayne, coming out quickly with lead jammer. Meanwhile, the Gregulator comes out right behind. The Gregulator is new to Derby this year, and I met him earlier, and he was like, oh, be nice to me. You do not look new to Derby, the Gregulator. I will just say that right now. You're looking pretty good there, forcing that call off after Quantum Leap scores 4 points for Fort Wayne. I was going to say something else. Oh, yes, Melody Mayhem doing double duty today as both Jam Timer and Inside Pack Ref. I have multi-talented friends. Melody Mayhem doing a wonderful job multitasking. We are a little bit short on crews today, but we are doing our best, and they have been doing a wonderful job. And we've got Morgan Donor for Fort Wayne and Jester for the Guardians. Jester sweeping to the outside. A big ol' hit to Slaughterer, and Morgan Donor, or Jester, is your lead jammer. Morgan Donor, meanwhile, is able to get through and will be chasing down Jester, who took a hit out to the outside, is able to come back in and gets through for 4 points and calls that jam. I have a feeling this is going to be a very chippy. Like, they're just going to, like, 4 points here, 4 points here, 4 points here. Amy, I agree. Melody is awesome, and she's doing a great job today. She and her husband, Shotgun Mike, who you can see both of them on screen right now, are here on their own Derby Date Night. They're just in the ref version of Derby Date Night. So you can do a Derby Date Night. You can NSO together. You can be a skating official together. You could coach together. You could do Derby Date Night together. All those different things. You could play together, too, I guess. Jace of Spades versus Stewie. They are both out of the pack at the same time, but it is Stewie who's going to be your lead jammer. Jace of Spades has passed Stewie, and these jammers are going to race, and Jace of Spades is going to force that call off, and all those blockers are going to be super sad because they didn't really get to play in that jam. I wonder if they will all go back to the bench or if they'll just start again. Usually you've already got the next pack ready, so you're like, oh, I hardly even got to play. US Amy saying Melody is awesome. We've decided that we would like to feature some comments from our third wheels. You can see that little wheel next to US Amy's name. US Amy is one of our third wheels, and when our third wheels make a comment that we want to feature, we might just put it up on the big screen for you all to see. The Regulator is your lead jammer from the Guardians. Sailor, who is a long-time skater for Fort Wayne Roller Derby, is chasing down the Regulator, who is up on those toe stops on the outside line. They takes a hit out from Phenomelon. Oh no, this is hard to say. Phenomelon. Oh, that was the Phenomelon. Phenomelon. Bum ba na na na. Phenomelon. Bum ba na bum. Phenomelon. Bum ba da ba da ba da da ba da 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 da. Okay, I'm done. The Guardians are at 11, and Fort Wayne is at 6. Quantum Leap jamming for Fort Wayne, who has promised me at least one apex jump. I expect to see it. And Jester for the Guardians. I don't know Jester, but I'm assuming Jester will make me laugh at some point, because that's what a Jester does. So Quantum Leap is your lead jammer, but Jester is right behind. The pack speeds up to get off the apex, which is actually really smart, something I always suggest packs do, especially when you've got somebody like Quantum Leap coming who loves him in apex. Quantum Leap finds Crash. Crash pushes Quantum Leap to the outside, and Quantum Leap calls the jam after grabbing 2 more points for Fort Wayne, bringing them to 6. Michi-chan, it is okay you missed the juniors bout. It was a good, fun bout. It was a combo of a level 3 and level 2 juniors game. So they did 1 level 3 jam followed by 2 level 2 jams. And it was really fun to watch the skaters do all sorts of fun things. And we even got a few apex jumps. So always a fun time here at Derby Date Night. And then we're going to take a break next weekend. And then we're going to be crazy the last weekend of May with 12 games in 2 days at the Small Town Smackdown. Jace of Spades is your lead jammer, being chased by Stewie. The pack has sped off the apex as both jammers are coming into the pack together here. Stewie comes out with all 4 points. Jace of Spades avoids a hit from Flex Appeal and then calls the jam. Wait, I thought Stewie was lead. I got confused. Oh well. Carl says, Michi-chan, you missed some good derby. We laughed, we cried, it changed our lives. Also, Michi-chan, you missed Sirius laughing so hard he cried. He did. We just got silly. We just got a little goofy. You're a goofy little guy today, Sirius, because you have not slept. Don't look at me like that. He's also mad at me because in between the games, I almost went to get onion rings. I did promise, and then I started talking to Pinky Don't You Dare, and I did not get onion rings. The lore of Fort Wayne is the onion rings. They have the best onion rings here at the Ice House, and I always talk about the onion rings and how good they are. But this is not about food. This is about derby, and your lead jammer is Sailor from Fort Wayne. The Regulator getting a little bit tangled up in that pack, finding Quantum Leap, the blocker, but then juking to the inside and getting through all the way. What are you pointing at, Sirius? There is derby happening. Sailor is pushed to the outside, but is able to get back up. And how many points for Fort Wayne? 4 points scored for Fort Wayne. These are short jams right now. We are in a medical timeout real quick. We're gonna have the medics come out and make sure that we've got a skater that is doing all right. So we will be right back. That skater did, looks like, hurt her ankle, but she was able to go back over and is being worked on by the medics right now. So as soon as we have one of those medics' eyes on the track, we will be back to the Derby. But for now, we're going to look at these points so far. So what I was just saying was these are very short jams. We're 8 minutes in, and there has been no jam that is more than 5 points. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jams total so far. Fort Wayne has had lead 4 times, and the Guardians have had lead 4 times. So this is interesting. It's a chippy, not chippy like hitting chippy, but a chippy like just chipping the points.
Give me some salsa.
Ooh, salsa sounds really good. What about guacamole? Oh, you want salsa because it's spicy? I want guacamole because I like avocados. Okay, we're going to get back to Derby since I am making no sense, which sometimes happens. We all know that. Oh, Jace of Spades and Flex Appeal giving each other a little hug there. Flex Appeal is a Foster skater, an aged-up junior from K County. All right, Jace getting pushed to the inside. Flex Appeal sweeping to the out. Just getting around Killer and is your lead jammer, but Jace is right behind. The pack moves around the apex of turn 2, and Flex is hitting that pack first with Jace right behind. Flex gets a little tangled up there. Both Flex and Jace getting through the pack for 4 points each. The pack is back together, and these 2 jammers are both going to hit the pack together again. Flex with a sweep over the inside, and Jace hopping right after, taking the same route that Flex took. You know, it's because I just said there have been no jams over 5 points. These are all short jams. Now it's not. They did this because it's the announcer curse. That's what it is. It's always the announcer curse. And Flex gets through and calls the jam. Very smart there. Jace was slowed down and was only able to get 2 points there at the end. So the Guardians have outscored Fort Wayne here 12-10. We've got, looks like Crash on the line. We got to watch Crash last weekend at South Bend, playing for the South Bend Open Gender, another aged out junior from K County, fostering with the Guardians. And he is going to be lining up next to Sailor, who has been with Fort Wayne for a long time. I love watching Sailor. I always have. Takes a hit to the outside from Quantum Leap. Sailor is stuck in a mashup of people at the front, and Crash decides to just crash through the wall and grab lead jammer for the Guardians. Sailor still fighting through. Finds, ooh, who is that? Spilla, and Spilla was able to slow down Sailor, but Sailor was eventually able to get out. Crash decides to call the jam. Sailor was not able to snag any points there, and the Guardians have taken the biggest lead so far of the game. Now they are at 33-24. Let's see if Fort Wayne can respond to that. While we're waiting to find that out, like, subscribe, notify, hit all the things. And I didn't tell Sirius I was doing that, and you were so quick on the image. You have a button. I have buttons too. Quantum Leap jamming against Jester. We've seen this matchup before, but it is Jester who's going to come out with lead jammer for the Guardians. Quantum Leap is still at the back of that pack after being recycled to the back. Jester comes in on a scoring pass, finds Killer at the front with a couple other Fort Wayne blockers, and is able to bust through and grab 4 points for the Guardians. Quantum Leap has to get past Crash. Crash, a swing and a miss from Crash, and Quantum Leap is able to get through and has not scored any points yet, but will be eligible. Oh, nope, never mind. Jester called it and said, no points for you, Quantum Leap. I will take my 8 and call it good. Yes. We have a beautiful overlay. Those of you that are admiring the overlay, I think Michi-chan said something about it earlier. This is brought to you by Thin Mint. It's beautiful. Thin Mint has worked very hard to get this overlay up, and we love it, and we are so grateful to be able to use it, and we are grateful to Thin Mint. They are just an amazing human and really good at making overlays. I'm sure there is something more technical to say besides overlay maker, but that's what I got. The Gregulator jamming against Morgan Donor. The Gregulator with a spin at the front around Jace of Spades will be your lead jammer again. First year of Derby? Really? First year? Huh. What? We need to verify that because the Gregulator saying, be nice to me, I'm new. That is pretty dang amazing. Did you see those tiptoes on the inside line right there to grab those 4 points? Morgan Donor is out there with the Gregulator. They're both coming around. Morgan Donor takes a hit from Spilla and is going to be recycled to the back. Meanwhile, the Gregulator tries to tiptoe around that outside line, but gets slowed down by Rolling Joints. What a good name. I can't. I just laugh at that name every time I read it. Aria, did you get the announcer's view working yet? Well, here's the thing, Michi-chan. No. But it's because we also are not using EPLT today, so it wouldn't really be super helpful right now. Also, Sirius has not had time. He, I mean, if you look in the description for today's event, you will notice that Sirius didn't, I'm making fun of you, honey. He's got a lot going on. He has been, oh, Crash is lead jammer, by the way, for the Guardians. But he's been freelancing and working something for, was it ESPN3 that you were doing? Oh, who knows. Anyway, he was doing something cool. Woo! Just like Crash, who just did a jump over the apex. Just a little one, just to show me what he can do. But both of these skaters, I have seen apex jump in the past before, but I don't get to see that this time because Crash decided to call the jam. Road Rage says, it really is his first year. He literally just bought his first pair of big boy roller skates. Okay, he is good. Sirius says you're lying. Like, he does not look like a first-year skater. Okay, write down the Gregulator because that is going to be a name that we are going to see for many years to come. I'm calling it right now. He's good. Okay, speaking of good, we got Jace of Spades and Stewie on the line. Jace of Spades coming out with lead jam for Fort Wayne. Stewie is going to follow quickly behind, though, as these skaters are going to be running to the pack that is stopped right before turn 3. Jace of Spades in the pack. Stewie breaks up a tripod at the back and was able to get, looks like, 2 points to Jace's 4. Fort Wayne 31, Guardians 55. We appreciate you all being here today. We know there's a lot of Derby going on in the Derby world, and we are so glad that you came to join us. The Gregulator's waving. I'm so proud of him. I think I'm going to adopt him. I like him. And he's dancing. Oh, so much fun. Greg started in January or February? Are you serious right now? Did you hear that? It's only May. Good job, the Greg. Okay, now he's going to make me want to root for him. But we're here being hosted by Fort Wayne, and Sailor has been pushed to the outside and is being pulled back by Crash. The Gregulator in the pack on a scoring pass. The Gregulator pretty much just jumps the straight pecs to grab 4 points there. Sailor takes that star off. Will not be able to, wait, there is a pivot. Quantum Leap is pivoting right now, but Sailor doesn't need to pass it, but Sailor is through and putting that star back on, now eligible to score points. The Gregulator calls that jam. Sailor does a little dip around, Crash trying to grab that point, but it was not quick enough. And the Guardians outscored Fort Wayne. No, yes, the Guardians outscored Fort Wayne in that one, 4-0. Road Rage says, swear to God, he's awesome. His sister Fuzz plays for Akron, so he comes and practices with us. Fuzz, what's Fuzz's full name? Because we've done Akron a lot. We've done Akron this year already, haven't we? Or, I think we have. We did do? Well, yeah, we did 2 overtimes last year with Akron, but I think we played them one. I think we've done 1 Akron game this year. We don't even know what we've done. We just do Derby on the weekends. We just film Derby. Whoever tells it, just tell us to come to you and we'll just film your team. That's what we do. Well, Gregulator is doing a great job. Oh, it is Fuzzball. I'll have to look that one up. Okay, we're on a timeout, which means it is time for Derby Date Night's jokes. And since we are tired today, Our jokes are about sleeping. I went to a gig last night and the band's guitarist passed out on stage. He must have rocked himself to sleep. Last night, I kept dreaming I had written Lord of the Rings. My wife said I was Tolkien in my sleep. I accidentally went to bed with my contact lenses in last night. My dreams have never been clearer. I got 1 for 3 on that one in terms of getting serious to laugh. That's not Jester for the Guardians, is it? Is that Jester? Jester is your lead jammer for the Guardians. Jace of Spades gets past Stewie at the front. Jester coming in on a scoring pass. Able to avoid a blocker at the front. That was G-Force at the front trying to slow down Jester, but Jester was able to grab 4 points and call that jam. We are halfway through the first half. Okay, Karma says Greg started in October. Okay, that's a little better than January or February, but still. What great natural talent right from the beginning. I've seen being in Derby, we've all seen people come in that are just immediately good. And don't you, like, I want to be like, oh my gosh, they're so great. I'm so excited. And I'm also like, what? Who has that? Because I never had that. Not so early, not so quick. Some people it just comes natural to. Flex Appeal is going to be your lead jammer for the Guardians. Quantum Leap jamming for Fort Wayne is going around the outside, finds the Gregulator, who slows down Quantum Leap but does not stop him. Flex Appeal is through for 4 points. Quantum Leap coming around will not be able to score any points as Flex Appeal sadly. Did you see he was kind of sad as he went back to the bench? I don't get to keep going. I have to stop. 31-67, Guardians Fort Wayne. I think the Guardians kind of tricked me at the beginning because they were like, we're a different team. There's been so much turnover. We're fostering. They kind of made me feel like we're not going to do very well. And then they come out and they're like, ha ha ha, here we go. And they're looking pretty dang good, pretty strong. So Fort Wayne is trying to figure out how to adjust to the style of play here from the little bit different Guardians team. Brittany Smears is your lead jammer. G-Force is chasing down Brittany, and these two are going to go neck and neck all the way to the pack, which has stopped on the apex. Brittany with a spin at the front. Calls the jam. Both of them got points. I need to figure out who got 4 and who got 1. Guardians only 1 point. Fort Wayne snagged an extra 3 there. Devil says Guardians is a totally different charter than last year. Crazy. That is what they were telling me before the game. They said it's very different, but they're still doing so well. So even with that turnover, it's really nice to see that they are still, they're still playing super well. So fun to see. Ooh. Stewie is through as your lead jammer for the Guardians, and Jace of Spades currently jamming for Fort Wayne. He comes up against Flex Appeal at the front. Swings to the inside and gets through the pack. Stewie up on those toe stops on the outside is through for 4. Stewie takes a second, looks at the ref. He just wants to make sure everything's good and decides to call the jam before Jace can grab any points. Got your traditional hit it and quit it going on here with 11 minutes left in the first half. We hope you're enjoying a lovely Sunday afternoon. We are going to be, so something we do here on Derby Date Night is we always choose a skater of the game. And what we do is during halftime, we choose 1 blocker and 1 jammer from each team to nominate as your skater of the game. And then you all get to choose between those 4 people during the second half. So if you have somebody that you've seen do something really great and you would like to nominate, or you would like us to consider nominating them for skater of the game, let us know who they are and why in the chat. Quantum Leap is out as your lead jammer. Jester is able to get through Sailor at the front and is about half a track behind Quantum Leap, who comes to the outside and zigzags to the inside and calls that jam. I think this time the Guardians snagged some points. Guardians 2, Fort Wayne 4. 39-78. Guardians starting to stretch it out here a little bit over Fort Wayne, who is gonna, oh, I think might have a new jammer on the line. They're trying out different jammer styles to see what's gonna work here. Crash jamming for the Guardians and Slaughterer for Fort Wayne. Crash up on those toe stops. I don't know how he stayed in bounds. It's called core strength, something I don't possess. Slaughterer took that star off, handed it to Jace of Spades, who just has to juke around Flex Appeal to get out. Crash, though, was able to get through the pack for 4 points. Is it Jester from Pittsburgh Junior Roller Derby? I will need to ask. I can ask at halftime. I would not be surprised because I know Pinky does the announcing for the Pittsburgh Derby Brats. So I would not be surprised if they had that relationship and Joker is Jester's. Anyway, I'll check. That's what I'm trying to say. Words are hard. Crash is through. Jace is through. Everybody gets points, but the Guardians have outscored by 1 lap. Oh, a fist bump between Jace and Crash before calling the jam. Look at that sportsmanship. Nice camaraderie there. 90 points for the Guardians, 47 for Fort Wayne. Also, someone in the chat might know if Jester is from Pittsburgh Junior Roller Derby. I feel like the penalty box has stayed fairly empty, and I can't, even though Flex Appeal is in there right now as pivot, but I don't feel like there's been a lot of visits to the penalty box, but now that I said that, we all know the announcer curse, so we'll see what happens next. Morgan Donor jamming for Fort Wayne and Stewie for the Guardians. We have had lead jammer established really quickly every single jam so far, and that is definitely a trend that I'm seeing, is that this is definitely a jammer-focused game. Quantum Leap did take a star pass and is out of the pack, chasing down Stewie, who gets some offense there from Brittany Smears to get through. We are going to have a short timeout now, though, to make sure that a skater is all right. We will be right back. Pack ref / jam timer / 5-second Tweety person, Melody Mayhem blew that whistle, and that means we are getting back to Derby, that skater. Carl, you always say that didn't look good, but in Derby, people can recover fairly quickly. That skater was able to get back up and go back to the bench. Something about Derby is sometimes you don't really know whether or not it was bad or good until later. So we wish that skater the best. Hope they're doing all right. And we are back to Derby with Sailor grabbing lead jammer for Fort Wayne. Both Fort Wayne and the Guardians have all of their timeouts and official review left. None have been used with 7.5 minutes left in this first half. Sailor hitting the pack. The Gregulator has also gotten out of the pack and is in there on a scoring pass. The Gregulator getting past La Hapa at the front, and I think both of them scored 4 points. No, Guardians only got 3 there. Fort Wayne's going to need to get a little bit more to start really catching up to the Guardians' lead that they've established here. Fort Wayne currently at 51, Guardians 97. So Guardians have got a good hand on the lead right now, but we'll see what happens as we. Oh, Johnny Pepper says, greetings from the Dawn Talkie Table. Well, greetings from the Fort Wayne Talkie Table. We're so excited to have an announcerception happening. And Pinky Don't You Dare is here too. But coaching right now. Coaching as Stewie gets lead jammer for the Guardians. Jace of Spades was able to get through that pack and will be coming around, but Stewie's in the pack and has scored 4 points and immediately calls that jam. so Jace is not able to score any points. Johnny Pepper, I hope that you all are having the best time at Dawn of the Derby. We were able to watch a little bit of it yesterday, and it looked like such a good stream, and we loved seeing it and being able to cheer on Race City. I hope they're doing well today, and all the other teams. Race City is our home team, but we cheer for all the teams all the time here on Derby Date Night. We just like good Derby. You say go Indiana? But we're from Washington originally, so we should root for Washington teams. We've also lived in New York, so we should cheer for New York teams. We also have friends, never mind. Morgan Donor is jamming for Fort Wayne and Jester for the Guardians. Jester is your lead jammer for the Guardians. Morgan Donor finds a tripod of skaters all focused on blocking and is having a hard time getting out as Jester comes in on a scoring pass. Jester zooms into the pack and gets around rolling joints to grab 4 points. Meanwhile, Morgan Donor takes a hit out and is forced to recycle at the back of the pack. Jester finds some space on the inside and gets through for another 4 for the Guardians. They have now gotten above 100 points. Is the scoreboard not moving? There should be 8 points for Guardians on that scoreboard. So, also the clock stopped. Nope, it's going now. But they should have 8 points. Anyway, I'm not in charge of anything. There was a star pass for Fort Wayne. And our jammer is now Slaughter Her as Jester is going through on another scoring pass. I should be counting them all. Jester, ooh, that was a big hit on the outside on, I think that was Morgan Donor. Jester's in the pack again, trying to get past joints, and Flex Appeal slows joints down to keep that lane open for Jester to get through. Jester coming around. Slaughterer still stuck in the pack, still on initial right now, so not on a scoring pass. The only ones scoring right now are the Guardians. They have already scored. There it is. There's the scores, 20 points, and have just gotten another 4, bringing them to 24. The crowd is cheering for Slaughterer, who is trying to figure out a way to get through the blocking of the Guardians at the front, but that is a tough one to get through. Gets a high five from the opposition. And the camaraderie is just so nice to see. Like, I'm kicking your butt, but I'm still going to tell you good job and give you a high five. I just adore it. It's so good. We're going to time out. We're in an official timeout. I don't know if it's being used as is it being used as a time? Is it an official review being used as a timeout? Melody? Nope, she's not telling me. I'll just tell you guys some jokes instead of trying to get her attention. I have a condition that makes me eat when I can't sleep. Do you know what it's called? It's called insomnomnomnomnomia. Nom 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 nom. I went to bed with my music playing last night. I had a sound sleep. That sounds lovely to you? You would love to have a sound sleep. Why does Luke Skywalker sleep with the light on? He's afraid of the Darth. Serious, I'm getting nothing? I'm getting nothing. Nothing at all. All right, that whistle means you are saved from any more jokes. No more jokes that you have to suffer through. But we do get to have, we don't need to suffer through it. We love it. We love watching Derby, and we get to watch a little bit more before we go into halftime. 3.5 minutes left, and Jace of Spades dashes up the inside line to become lead jammer. Oh! Gregulator manages to stay in bounds after a hit from Sailor, but he gets a penalty. And this is now a power jam for Fort Wayne and Jace of Spades. Fort Wayne hoping they can take advantage of this power jam that has, oh no! Somebody else got a penalty, and it was Sailor from Fort Wayne. I thought it was Jace for a minute, but Jace was able to still get through and grab 4 points. Michi-chan said the jokes are real sleepers. I like that one. Jace of Spades is through. Coming in on another scoring pass. Michi-chan, we liked it so much, we're going to feature it. Jace of Spades calls the jam. I think he was trying to freeze the regulator in the penalty box, but the regulator was able to get out, and he came up to Jace and was like reaching for him, like, I'll help you up. I think both these teams have decided, like, we're just going to have a fun time out here and really just enjoy playing each other. You can just feel the spirit of fun happening. Both teams have been, like, joking around with each other. Their benches are pretty close to each other. You can see Sailor right now kind of joking around with the Guardians, and everybody's just having fun. 2 minutes left in, wait, where's the jammers? Oh, nobody saw Flex Appeal on the outside. What happened there? What was Crash doing? I want to replay that. I think Crash was like tricking Rolling Joints somehow, and nobody noticed that Flex Appeal was the jammer. I don't know what happened. That was hilarious, but Flex is lead and has just scored 4 points. I love tricky derby like that. Like, that was just tricky. That was one of those, I'm just gonna squeeze right by you here. Quantum Leap is in the box. I don't know how that happened either. Again, I need to figure this. I need to rewatch because I kind of missed that. But Flex Appeal through for another 4. Quantum Leap is standing. Flex Appeal in the pack on another scoring pass. Ooh, everybody getting all tangled. Jace of Spades and Brittany's skates got a little tangled together there. Flex Appeal is through. Ooh, Quantum Leap with a beautiful bean dip on the outside line to get through on that initial. So will be eligible to score points, but Flex Appeal says no points for you. There should be enough time for one more jam. One more jam before we go to halftime. What a fun game. This has been just a really enjoyable game to watch. Very hard hits, hard derby, but also fun attitudes. Love to see it. It's nice to be back at Fort Wayne after not being here for a little bit. And we are going to be taking a break next weekend during Memorial Day. We hope you all enjoy your Memorial Days. I know I will probably be sitting by a pool at some point. Sirius is working because he doesn't know how to not work. But I hope you're doing, what are you doing? Let me know in the chat. What are you doing for Memorial Day next weekend? The Regulator is your lead jammer. G-Force, meanwhile, able to get through on that inside line, is going to be chasing down the Regulator, but is about a half track behind. The Regulator takes a hit to the outside and is going to be pulled to the back and decides to call the jam. The period clock has run out, and we are going to go into intermission. As you all take some time to think about what you're doing for Memorial Day, I would like to take a second and thank some of our sponsors here at Derby Date Night. We have some amazing sponsors who help us do what we do and be able to bring this derby to you. And I'd like to start by talking to you about Skatin Not Hatin. This weekend, they are up at K-Town Shakedown in Kalamazoo. Ooh, Johnny Pepper, you're at Dawn of the Derby. We're here. We should get somebody from K-Town. Maybe Jav will message in the chat and say, hi from Skatin Not Hatin. We love them. They are great sponsors. We definitely recommend them. We also are sponsored by Derby Beast, the official jersey supplier of Team USA. They have amazing designs and amazing people and amazing humans, and we would definitely encourage you to check out derbybeast.net. We also have our very own lawyer here at Derby Date Night, because who doesn't want to have their very own lawyer? Ryder Legal Services, a skater and lawyer. Melanie will help you out with things like business law, estate planning, and intellectual property. Our last sponsor is the Third Wheels, and that is all of you. Those of you who are in the chat with a little wheel next to your name, you are what makes us happen. You are so appreciated by all of us, and we thank you every single game by putting your names up on the screen. We do on-air shout-outs, all sorts of really cool stuff, and we thank you so much for helping us make Derby Date Night happen. And we will be right back after this intermission here on Derby Date Night. And welcome back to Derby Date Night. I just said that so softly, like it's welcome back to Derby Date Night, where we are watching the Guardians versus Fort Wayne Roller Derby. We've been having a fun time. I learned some things at halftime. I learned that Jester is from Burning River. Thank you so much, Haley. I learned that everybody's having fun. I learned that there's a lot of fosters right now on the Guardians, and they really are enjoying playing with them, and they're recruiting all of them. So who knows, the Guardians might have even more players later. And I also learned that we nominated some people for Skater of the Game. So we have 4 people that we have put on a list for you.
How did you learn that?
I learned it because I thought it, and I wrote it down, so I learned it. I learned my own things. So we're going to put 4 skaters out to nominate for Skater of the Game, and you get to choose one of them to receive the coveted Skater of the Game sticker. You can only vote once. You can't change your vote, and the power is in your hands. We will close the vote at 5 minutes left in the game. With that being said, your lead jammer is Stewie, currently in the pack on a scoring pass. Jace of Spades was able to get out of the pack and is about half a track behind. Stewie has scored 4 points and looks to see that Jace is out and calls the jam. All right, 143 to 60 as we go into the second half of this game. Sirius was saying, it feels like, I mean, are we really almost done with the games for the day? We've gotten so used to doing tournaments, I think, that we're used to sitting in and we're like, we're going all day long, but this is the last game of the day.
Maybe it's not a 16-hour day?
It's not a 16-hour day today, Sirius. That'll be nice for you. Although we are going to our kids' band banquet after this, so we do not have a break.
It is.
So it is a 16-hour day. Quantum Leap for Fort Wayne and the Gregulator for the Guardians. The Gregulator up on those toe stops, managing to stay in bounds with a spin around the front. And the Quantum Leap is also, the Gregulator getting a penalty though. So this is going to be a power jam now for Fort Wayne and the Quantum Leap, who actually is your lead jammer. Quantum Leap indicating what he wants from his blockers, but he's able to get through and grab 4 points. Coming around again on another scoring pass. There's Pinky in the box and Gregulator. Well, Pinky's not in the box, she's just coaching. And behind her is the Gregulator in the box sitting. It's so hard, I think, as a jammer to sit and watch the other jammer score points and you can't do anything about it. He's got less than 10 seconds though in that IJRD penalty box. Quantum Leap coming around has scored 8 points and is going for more. The Gregulator has to get through this pack again though on that initial, as the Gregulator had not cleared the 20-foot engagement zone by the time the Gregulator got called on that penalty. So the Gregulator would have been able to score points if Quantum Leap had not called that jam, but Quantum did call it. And now we are headed out here again for yet another jam. Looks like, is that Sailor or is that Morgan Donor? It is, I think it's Morgan Donor.
Yes.
I'm like, and Jester. Morgan Donor and Jester jamming for their teams. And nobody's moving. Jester's engaged in the tripod. Morgan Donor is a little bit in front, but everybody is all jumbled up here. Morgan Donor takes a little bit of a tumble, and Jester takes that opportunity to get lead. Jace of Spades with a big hit, and Jester able to use physics to stay inbounds. You wouldn't think you'd have to do physics in roller derby, but sometimes you do. Jester is coming into the pack, and again, now it's rolling joints attacking Jester, but Jester's able to avoid it and grab 4 points. Morgan Donor was able to get out, gets hit out by Jester. Jester's going to keep going, and Morgan Donor's going to be chasing Jester down. Jester in the pack on a second scoring pass. And calls that jam off. Cleveland Guardians 150 to Fort Wayne 0. 26 minutes remaining in this half. Looks like Flex Appeal on the line for the Guardians and Sailor for Fort Wayne. That's what they're called, right, Sirius? Serious, I've forgotten to vlog this entire time. I need to get the vlog camera out. I've been doing very poorly on the vlogging. I gotta vlog something with me and Pinky. Sailor getting lead jammer for Fort Wayne roller derby, but Flex Appeal is able to get out as well. I think I'll do some vlogging from my point of view here. Flex Appeal is chasing down Sailor, but Sailor decides to call the jam before Flex Appeal can score anything. It never looks good. Everything I do looks good. Are you sure?
Now it looks good.
What, because I'm pointing it at you? No, now I'm recording. But I'm not really, see? I'm recording during the game. Okay. Anyway, we're about to get started with another jam. Looks like Crash has the star for Guardians and Jace of Spades for Fort Wayne roller derby. Jace with a jump. Does a little spin. And Crash is just going to push right through that pack. Takes a rolling joints, takes a tumble, and Crash rolls right over him and gets lead jammer. Jace of Spades has the star off, might be looking to pass it. Jace with a little jump gets through on that initial. Crash got through almost at the same time, and they scored 4 points. Now Jace and Crash both engaged with each other, but now in the pack. And Jace gets through for 4 points. Crash also through for 4 points. Looks like we're not calling it. Jace is in the pack again. Has to reform to the back. Crash with a big ol' hit at the front. And calls that jam. Don't forget to vote for your Skater of the Game. The nominations are open until 5 minutes left, and the winner will get the coveted Skater of the Game sticker. It is not an easy one to get. We only give one out per game, and they're pretty cool. Sirius won't let me give out more than one. If it was up to me, you'd know that everybody would have stickers. They would be all over the place. It's not a participation trophy. It's an... This is Skater of the Game. Okay, you're so serious about it. Serious? Jeez. Jeez. Oh, Quantum Leap is through as your lead jammer, but Flex Appeal is out as well. They are going to race around. I love watching fast skaters, and the pack has reset after turn 2. And Quantum Leap goes in and grabs a couple points and calls that jam, preventing Guardians from scoring anything. What fun. Shall I stop recording now? Well, I'm just trying to get you footage, sir. We're not the best at getting footage. Sometimes we forget. It's okay. All right. What are we doing now? Derby. How about Derby? There's Derby happening. And we have got Morgan Donor and the Regulator. Ooh, the Regulator trying to stay up on those toe stops. But Chubalaka was right there saying, hold on a second. And the Regulator comes around and gets lead jammer for the Guardians. The Regulator comes in the pack on a scoring pass. Meanwhile, the star has been passed to G-Force, who was able to get out of the pack with a spin at the front of the pack. The Regulator, meanwhile, is through the pack on a scoring pass, but only gets 3 points, as one of the skaters he passed was out of bounds when he was out of bounds, and so you don't get a point for that. That is called no earned pass. And we are getting set up for another jam. Those of you who enjoy Derby Date Night, we are taking a small break for Memorial Day next weekend, but the weekend after, we are going to be all Derby all the time. 12 games in one weekend, 7 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday at the Small Town Smackdown, the Cornament of Champions. It's always a corny good time, and we hope that you join us that weekend because that is one of our favorite tournaments, and we always have a blast, and we get pretty dang corny, so you should probably set your notifications. You can like, subscribe, and set your notifications so that you find out when we are live. Always a good idea. Stewie is your lead jammer for the Guardians. Sailor is about half a track behind. Both jammers have gotten out of the pack. Quantum Leap comes from nowhere. And, oh, a track cut getting called on Stewie. Stewie thought he could keep going, but he couldn't. So this is now going to be a 2-minute jam as Sailor now jamming in a power jam for Fort Wayne. Sailor is forced to the back. Who is that with the blocking there? Number 14 on the Guardians. That is Brittany Smears just saying, you know what, Sailor, I'm just going to stop you right here. And Sailor says, well, hit me, baby, one more time, because I'm going to try to keep going. Sirius laughed at that one. Sailor swings to the inside and is able to stay in bounds and grab 4 points. Stewie, meanwhile, has been released from the penalty box and is going to be chasing Sailor down. Stewie, I think, was on a scoring pass. Yes, 4 points for the Guardians there, but Sailor has scored 4 and is currently now has scored 8 for Fort Wayne. We have 25 seconds left in this jam. Sailor coming around on another scoring pass. Stewie has scored 8. Both of them coming in, 11 seconds left. Stewie finding Quantum Leap and La Hapa at the front. Stewie able to bust through both of them and grab 4 more points for the Guardians, bringing them to 177. Fort Wayne at 94. We're under 20 minutes remaining, and a timeout has been called by the Guardians. I am going to run out of jokes, Sirius, and you know what happens when that happens. We look at stats. They're very pretty. Okay, I can't count that many stars, but the Guardians have more stars down there than Fort Wayne. The line in the line down, the vertical line there, that shows where the second half started. So in the second half, it has been a little bit more even so far, with every other jam being a different team as the lead jammer. So Guardians have had 4, Fort Wayne has had 3, and Fort Wayne has had 2 big jams of 11 and 13, while the Guardians have had 2 big jams of 12 and 12. So Guardians keeping the spacing about the same between the two, but Fort Wayne definitely hanging in there. They're all a part of the live stream. You're going to wave to a camera? Okay. Gregulator would like to wave to a camera. So you all can wave. Oh, my gosh. So adorable. So cute. Everybody say hi to Gregulator, who is just the most, he should be like Gregorious for how gregarious he is. Did you see his number is also 5150 for the Regulator? I like it. Isn't that a song? I don't know. I know that number from something. I'm going to Google it. Jace of Spades is your lead jammer for Fort Wayne. Whoops. And Jester is through and chasing down Jace of Spades. It is a song, 5150. 5150. It's a 1986 album and song by Van Halen. I don't know if that's why he's 5150, but I knew I had heard of it before. Somebody in the chat's going to be like, oh my God, you guys, you're so old, I'm sure. Or 5150 is a regulatory code of some sort. I don't know. We'll have to ask him. I'm just over here making up my own stuff. Quantum Leap and Flex Appeal jamming against each other. Quantum Leap with the spin at the back gets through, but it is Flex Appeal who comes out with lead jammer. Both jammers coming in to score points. Flex Appeal, Quantum Leap jumping that. So I got a message during halftime that said, did Aria just say straight pecs? And I do call it the straight pecs, because I was like, wait, did I say that on accident? And no, when a skater, because there's a skater that jumps the apex, and then when they're on the straight, I call it the straight pecs. So that's what Quantum Leap just did, was he jumped the straight pecs. I make up words, and that's just who I am. What are you pointing at, Sirius?
Pivot.
The pivot? The pivot cover is not on the track.
The pivot cover is on the pivot's head.
The pivot cover is on the pivot's head. What are you trying to tell me?
The pivot is out.
Oh, the pivot is not feeling, the pivot is not currently. on the track, is what you're telling me. Not a penalty. They're coming back in now. The pivot was something I think happened with their skate or something. So Fort Wayne was down a blocker, but not to a penalty. That happens sometimes. Like last night at the game, something happened with somebody's, Spinelli, I think, got tape on her skate, and so she couldn't skate anymore. But she was the jammer, and the other jammer was in the box. And so Spinelli literally just went over to the crowd, and somebody helped her get the tape off her skate, and then she kept skating. Because you don't have to stay on the track.
Did she have a pit stop?
A pit stop. Yes, it was a pit stop to fix the wheels. It was her pit stop. Sometimes you might need a little pit stop during the game, and that's okay. But you want to be careful not to take too much time. So I got to keep talking because there's a song that I can almost hear in my headphones. You want my goldfish?
Yes, I need
Goldfish crackers. There you go. Again, Coach Dan, thank you very much. We've eaten almost all of the snacks that you brought us, and we are so, so, so grateful that you brought us snacks because we were silly and we didn't bring any, like literally we brought nothing because I think we assumed we would be getting the onion rings, which we will be, but not till after the game, I'm guessing. Woohoo! All right. So with that being said, 107, Fort Wayne, Guardians, 193. We are almost halfway through the second half here. Before we get going. Oh, that happened that was you. It was Dynamite. That was me. My front axis turned crooked and Spinelli fixed it. I knew Spinelli was involved and Spinelli fixed it during the B game. Yes, that was what happened. I was like, there's tape. You can't skate with tape on your foot. Also, hi Dynamite. Glad to have you here. Morgan Donor versus Crash. Crash to the outside. Yep, I thought that was a track cut getting called on Crash, who will now go to the box. So it is a power jam for Morgan Donor. Morgan Donor, who also skates with the Guardians, but Fort Wayne is Morgan Donor's main team. Morgan Donor is through and will be lead jammer as Fort Wayne has broken that 100 mark. And in this power jam, they're going to try to make a difference in the score here. Morgan Donor trying to catch up to the pack. The pack has started moving quite quickly. Roland Joints comes in and decks you're not allowed to deck people. Gently pushes a Cleveland Guardians skater out of the way to try and help Morgan. They were ushered out. Yes, they were escorted off the track in a gentle way. In a forceful manner. Yes, Crash is out of the penalty box, and did you see it? He goes, I don't get to score any points. I'm so sad. I love the theatrics. Very, very emphatic. Oh, no. That's what Rogue does. Every time Rogue takes a pivot pass, and then the other person calls, the Rogue is like, oh, man, I don't get to score any points here. Thank you again to these refs. It is a short crew. I don't think we have any OPRs right now. We had an OPR for the first game. Now we have none.
I haven't seen any ref button.
You haven't seen, yeah, no, we've got a beautiful shot without any OPRs blocking our cameras. We've got some good shots of the action today with no OPRs. Quantum Leap is your lead jammer. Look at Fort Wayne with the lead jams happening here. They are trying to make a game of it. Quantum Leap does call the jam, preventing the Guardians from scoring any points. It's going to take a few more points, though, to really start chipping into that lead. Is there an OPR? There is not. But guess what? I offered. I said, I have a really good view. I can do both. I can announce and I can call. Yeah, you all can be the OPR with me. Together, we will be the OPR, and I'm sure they will listen to anything we tell them. I'm laughing because they won't. They very politely said, no, thank you, Aria. You can just stick to announcing for now. I don't think you're allowed to do both. Okay, Cleveland is your lead jammer, Stewie. Jace of Spades, though, also able to get out, and they are going to just be neck and neck running to the pack. Stewie hitting the pack, and looks like we might run this jam just a little bit. Crash escorting Jace to the inside line. Stewie coming around after has scored 4 points. Jace also on a scoring pass, goes to the outside, but runs into KC, who says, I'm gonna just have you go off the track here for a second. And Jace takes a second to get up. Stewie decides to call the jam after scoring another 4 points, which I think will bring the Guardians to 201. They have made it to second base on this Derby Date night. Fort Wayne 114, Guardians 201. Yes, Fort Wayne is at first base. Sirius just gave this big sigh. You've done a really good job considering you've had no sleep. So earlier you said, I got energy, I can drive home. Are you still feeling that way? Oh yeah? Oh no, you've gotten to that part of being tired? Oh yeah, you're good to go. I don't know what's gonna happen when he crashes. Quantum Leap on the inside line is your lead jammer for Fort Wayne. I'm gonna wanna see those jammer stats again because I feel like Fort Wayne has had lead jammer like a lot recently. But Jester was able to get out as well. And Jester's coming in, Quantum Leap, zigs and zags and hits those hips and was able to grab all 4 points. What is the minimum number of skating officials you need? Okay, Fort Wayne, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lead jams in the half, and Guardians 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, but in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in the last 6 jams, Fort Wayne has had lead 4 times. So it does feel a little bit like that. Is 3 the minimum number, or would it be? Oh yeah, because you still have to have. I guess 2 would be the minimum. 2 jam refs to count. That would be tough though. Crash is your lead jammer for the Guardians. G-Force getting a track cup for Fort Wayne is headed to the penalty box. It is now a power jam for Cleveland as Crash is swimming to the pack. He did a little dance. It was cute. I liked it. Oh! Crash jumping over Morgan Donor. That was a big jump. That was very pretty. While G-Force waits in the IJRD penalty box, G-Force is still sitting, so longer than 10 seconds left on that penalty. Crash coming in on a second scoring pass. Finds Morgan Donor and Jace of Spades. Oh, I do not know how he stayed in bounds. And he looks at the jam ref and was like, did I? No, I had a really good angle on it. Yeah, he did. I will agree. As the self-appointed OPR. I am the OPR. G-Force is out of the penalty box and in the pack, but this is the initial, so no points scored, but G-Force was able to get out. We are almost down to 10 minutes left in this first half, so only 5 minutes left to vote for your skater of the game. Guardians calling it after scoring another 4 points, bringing that total to 12. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh yes, Rollover Beethoven, who did a great job in the first game, is now being a cameraman for us. He is wonderful, and he has done camera for us before, and we really appreciate him. Thank you so much, Rollover Beethoven, for helping us with camera today. We really appreciate having live camera volunteers to be able to help us bring you the best action shots we can possibly do. Right, Sirius? Yep. Thank you, Rollover Beethoven. Stewie is your lead jammer, but Sailor got out almost at the same time. Quantum Leap, meanwhile, pushing Taco out of bounds, and Taco is not able to be with the pack, but is able to come in and really open up that inside line there for Stewie, who jumps around Quantum Leap to grab 4 points. Sailor, meanwhile, just snuck through that pack along with Stewie, and they both scored the same amount of points there. Both of them coming into the pack at the apex of turn 4. Sailor gets a little tangled up. Stewie comes out as lead. Quantum coming in to try and help Sailor get out. Sailor finds Taco at the front. All 4 blockers from the Guardians doing a nice job recycling to the front. Sailor somehow using magic to get through. I don't know how. How do you get through 4 people like that? Sailor, I think Sailor has like mini teleports. And Sailor just is like, boop, 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 and just teleports. Because I genuinely don't know how Sailor gets through. I'm like, oh, there's 4 people. Sailor's going to be stuck. Oh, nope, Sailor's out. In Murda and WIFTA Flat Track Roller Derby rules, the minimum number of skating officials required to hold an official game is 3. Thank you, Devil Fallen Angle. No, it says angle. Or it's supposed to be angel. Okay, now we're going to find out that one. But here's my question. If the minimum is 3, does that mean that, I'm guessing 2 are jam refs, and then would the third one be just a regular IPR for pack definition? We have a team timeout right now, so we can kind of, we can take a break for a second. Okay. Joke. What sound does a witch's car make? Broom, broom. Dad, you're putting me to sweep. Why are you laughing? These aren't funny. You're so tired. Why was the man running around his bed? He wanted to catch up on sleep. Oh, come on. That was good. What question can you never say yes to? Are you asleep? Which Sirius actually says that to me all the time because I go to bed first and he always comes in the bedroom and says, "Are you asleep?" And I always say yes. Oh, it is angle. I was hoping it was. I was really hoping it was. That makes it so much better. Devil fall and angle. I like it. I was like, oh no, they didn't mean to do it. But yes, you did, and I love it. Ooh, Jason Spades with the attempted apex jump, but it is foiled. And Jason Spades says, I'm sad. I'm going to take the star off and maybe do some defense here on Jester. Nice job, Jace, staying in bounds there. Pulling Jester back. Jace the blocker, doing a nice job. You all have 3 minutes left to vote for your skater of the game. Let me look. Ooh, it's very close right now between the Gregulator and Jace of Spades. Jan says, joke's on you. I talk in my sleep. I like it. Okay, so Devil Fallen says two jam refs and 1 IPR, which is the head ref. Got it. That's what I was thinking. Especially since there's only 4 right now and 2 of them are IPRs. I kind of had, I had an advantage of knowing I only had to take 1 away. And then 1 to be both an IPR and a jam timer. The Gregulator is your lead jammer. Quantum Leap juking around. Flex Appeal. I could just watch this all day. Like, it's just beautiful, like, athleticism and flexibility and awareness. I could watch all of these skaters. Do you think if you were to do a derby marathon, how long do you think 2 teams could go? If you just had if you just went with 30-minute periods, how many periods do you think would go before a team would be like, I'm out? Like, you know how they did dance marathons? What if you did derby marathons? Whichever team quits first is out. How long?
I feel like that would be so injury-filled.
I mean, I think most people could do four halves because a lot of people will play 2 games in a row. But I don't know, after 4 halves, I would have a hard time. Well, I'd have a hard time after 2 minutes at this point. Quantum. That's my bar. Both of them have scored 12 points. Quantum grabs no additional points. So, I don't know what's happening here. What is this? You know, I think Crash just really likes to have fun out there.
It's just emphatic.
It's just so emphatic.
Change his name.
Change his name to what?
Emphatic.
Emphatic? 6 minutes left. Sailor and Crash. Wait, Crash was just yelling. Okay, this is how you know that Crash is 18. Literally was just screaming his head off, using up all that energy, and then comes right out and gets lead jammer. Sailor right behind. Crash coming in on a scoring pass. You know, I noticed this last week at South Bend, though. I think Crash gets a little silly at the end of games because he was dancing at the end of the South Bend game last week. And this week he is yelling nice things at people. Got hit out by Rolling Joints. Sailor coming in on a scoring pass. Crash does not look like he's going to be... Devil says, I'm done after 1 half. Okay. See, I used to be able to go for 4, but nowadays, no way. 1 jam, that's all I got in me. How many? Hey, you never played derby, don't you? How many could you do? You can't even wear roller skates.
Right now, I couldn't do it.
Right now, you couldn't do anything.
Just laughing at you thinking you could get through a jam.
I could get through 1 jam. I think I could. I'm putting on my skates when we get home. I don't know who I'm playing against. The dogs. Oh gosh, my doodle would kill me. He could go for 4. He could go for 4 halves. Jester is your lead jammer for the Guardians. Oh, Jace of Spades takes a big ol' hit from Flex Appeal. You know what I appreciate here is there's a lot of big hits happening from both teams, and the receivers of the, oh, great bean dip there by Jester. The receivers of the hits have been taking those hits and just getting back up again, and I really love to see that. I love the tenacity from both teams as they're like, you know what, I'm gonna take that big hit, I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna keep going. And that's what endurance gets you. That's what tenacity gets you. Is it gonna be a juniors level 2 jam? Ooh, can it be a level 1 jam, Dan? I will do a juniors level 1 jam.
Dan is literally announcing.
Yeah, he's literally announcing right now, but he's also in the chat. And he's answering questions that I have not written down. So I know, I have a feeling he's got the YouTube open and he's reading the captions. Yeah. Dan, you should say hi to everyone in the chat and then we can put it up on the screen, so that we can thank you again for the food and for making us stay fed today. We really appreciate it. Stewie is your lead jammer for the Guardians. Yes, feed your streamers. Don't only feed your officials, and also feed your streamers, because we get hungry too. Stewie doing a great job. Quantum Leap getting out as well. The Gregulator is your winner for Skater of the Game. He has no idea what that sticker means, and he's going to be very excited when he finds out. Akron, I know you're watching. Tell him what it means to get the Skater of the Game sticker, because he probably doesn't know, but we want him to know because he is a new favorite on Derby Date Night here, and I feel like fits right in with us. And I can't wait to see the Gregulator grow in this sport, and I think he's going to have a very nice career. Speaking of a very nice career, Stewie is just killing it out there. Already scored 12 points, heading in for another 4. Quantum Leap passed the star to G-Force, who is now the jammer for Fort Wayne. 2 minutes left in this game. Stewie got 4 points there. No, 3, 4? I don't know.
Ice cream is for winners.
Ice cream is for winners. That's what, that's Akron. Akron says ice cream is for winners. Does Greg get to say it too? You have an earpiece in. Oh, Dan can hear us. That's why. How you announce and listen. Like, I can't even type a word and announce at the same time. I just stop talking. Stewie calling that jam after the biggest jam of the day. 19 points for the Guardians. Rachel says, hell yeah, Greg. Akron says, we love our Gregulator. All right, official review being called. I think they might be using it as a timeout. Oh. My son says he will get photos. He is at his girlfriend's dance competition today, and I have asked for pictures. And I said, I would love a picture of her in her costume. He said, she has a lot of different costumes. I don't care which one. I would like to see all of them, yes. See, boys don't get it. Girls get it. Oh, I got to finish up. Shush, serious. I got to finish up my jokes. I only have a few left. I'm really good at sleeping. Did you know that? Yeah. Actually, you did know that. But it's because I can do it with my eyes closed. What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. What are they yelling? They're literally just screaming. Do they never save their energy, these boys? What are they doing?
I don't know.
What yelling about?
Fort Wayne asked for a skating out of bounds penalty to penalty be assessed to the Cleveland Jammer at the end of the last bout, and it will be awarded.
Thank you very much.
They heard it.
Oh, they heard it? I don't need to repeat it? Okay, there was, Fort Wayne was requesting a skating out of bounds penalty to be assessed to the jammer at the end of that last jam, and the referees agreed, and that penalty will now be assessed to Flex Appeal, who is being escorted to the penalty box. As not jammer, because Stewie is the one who's going to be jammer. Okay, 1 minute and 28 seconds. Oh my gosh, this day has gone by so fast. So we're going to start this next jam as a power jam for Fort Wayne, who has done such a great job just hanging in there with what I think was originally going to be Guardians B team, but Guardians now kind of has a combo A-B team. So this is the Guardians that Fort Wayne is playing. And Fort Wayne has done a really good job, but also the Guardians have done an amazing job. And yes, Guardians and Friends. They have done an amazing job just showing up and showing out. And this has been, like, I want to rewatch this game because there has been some really good roller derby happening, some really good moves and just different things that I think are really good for everybody to watch. So what a great game this has been. Crash with the push out on Jace, but Crash went out of bounds, and Jace was aware of it, so he went behind everyone except Crash, which was very smart there by Jace. You don't always have to go to the very back. If the person who hit you out goes all the way back, you don't have to go behind them. They went out too. Stewie is out of the box and in the pack on an initial pass. 46 seconds left in this period. Minute and 15 left in the jam. Jace Osades currently controls this game, and we'll decide whether or not we're going to keep going all the way till the end, or if we're going to stop the clock for one more jam. He doesn't look like he's gonna. Doesn't look like he's gonna call it. I know it's past 30 seconds, but he could have called a timeout right after. Oh, everybody got a little friendly fire there between teammates. Jace Spades at the back of the pack. 15 seconds left in the period. Somebody from the Guardians bench just yelled, "Call it." You have to pay attention to who is telling you to call it. One more jam, they're screaming. Timeout does get called by Cleveland. I do think he called it with 1 second left. I think the Guardians wanted one more jam. I don't know. They're deciding whether or not they want to grant this one more jam that the Guardians want. They just want to keep playing. I mean, we're here. Why not? What it's really going to come down to is, can the scoreboard get you one more jam? Oh my gosh, can you record this? Look at them. This is silly. They just really want to play. You know, I love this kind of derby. They're just going to give him one more. Just for fun. People just really like roller derby. You know, why not? I love it. We got the Regulator and Jace of Spades. The scoreboard, though, has to figure it out. I know, and I was at scoreboard yesterday, and I know that it's not actually that simple. I'm not good enough at scoreboard to know how to undo something. Dan is there, though, and Dan should know. Coach Dan, who I'm in his ear so he can hear me saying, I have no idea how to do it, but oh, he did it! And everybody is cheering for him. Like, I think at this point it doesn't even matter who wins. I mean, we kind of can tell who's going to win. They just really want to keep playing derby. Yeah, Rachel says, yay, one more jam. Just want to play. Way to go, Guardians. Everybody needs to be up on their feet. Do we need to be up on our feet? I'll be up on my feet, too. Regulator is your lead jammer for this now last jam. Jason Spades with a jump over the apex. Everybody's just having a good time. Regulator in the pack, finding Quantum Leap at the front with a spin. Gregulator is through. Jace of Spades coming into the pack as well on a scoring pass. Jace just has to get past Crash. Jace is through for 4 points. Everybody gets points. Points for you. Points for you. Gregulator, our skater of the game, getting through for one more scoring pass. Well, they don't call it a scoring, whatever they call it now. Scoring trip. But Gregulator coming into the pack after Jace scores another 4 points. Gregulator wants 4 more as well. You get 4 and you get 4. Quantum Leap says, can I slow you down, Gregulator? Not so much. And the Gregulator gets through. Ooh, but then Quantum Leap comes in and provides some beautiful offense to Jace of Spades. Crash tries to get Jace of Spades out, but Jace knows physics and stays in bounds. The Gregulator now in on his own scoring pass. The Gregulator passed the star as lead just because Crash wants to jam too. Everybody wants to jam. So now Crash gets to jam for 35 seconds. Jace is through for another 4 points for Fort Wayne. Crash also through for another 4 points. Both teams have scored 16 points in this jam. I think the Guardians really wanted 300 points because if they can do, okay, we've got 15 seconds though. I don't know if they can do it because they're about to get to 299. 10, 9, I don't think he can do it. You think he can get it? You think he can get the 300th? 3, 2, 1. Did he get it? Did he get it? Oh! They gave it to him. They gave it to him. He got 3. Okay, that was super fun. I really enjoyed that. Considering the spread at the end, I feel like I just watched a fight. Like they were fighting for the win, you know? It was just so good. Both teams, such good sports, so much fun. Guardians, you guys are a delight, and I would love to have you on Derby Date Night again. Fort Wayne, it was beautiful to be here with you again. We were sad to have missed you last year. We are so glad we got to make it here with you this year. We're taking a break next week for Memorial Day. We're gonna actually rest a little bit. And then, don't look at me like that, serious. You are gonna rest too, just a little. You're gonna work a little, but you're gonna rest a little. And then we have our big weekend. 7 games on Saturday, 5 games on Sunday. One team will be crowned the cream of the corn, cream of the crop at the Cornament of Champions, the corniest tournament ever, the Small Town Smackdown in Muncie, Indiana, starting on Sirius's birthday, May 30th. Be there, nowhere else. There's no other derby happening that weekend anywhere. You should just be on Derby Date Night, May 30th and June 1st. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna tell the corniest jokes ever, and hopefully we have games just as good as this one. Thank you so much for joining us here. We love you all. We hope you have a wonderful week, and see you again soon on Derby Date Night.